Alright guys, hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the event. Tonight we're going to be doing a single faction tournament and I'm going to be playing as the Empire. So going back to the old school. Unfortunately, I didn't ban Ogre Kingdoms tonight and we are going to be playing them in the first round. So it's going to be pure suffering, baby. Let's go. Alright. I deserve this though. I didn't ban Ogres in an SFT and you know what? This is the karma for all of that. Hey. Good luck, have fun. Oh, you got one already. Alrighty, 1 second here, guys. It looks like my opponent already has a lobby set up, so we'll just go join theirs. Sounds good. Alright, so Tim's heading over to my lobby. Alright, guys, let's get it, man. Let's suffer. Someone's got to pay the troll toll here. This is good, though, because even if we lose to Tim, his odds of getting to the finals are really high, which means our tiebreaker will be good. So it's kind of like a win-win to an extent. All right, so let's go with the Empire. This is going to be a hard one. It's going to be a hard one, ladies and gentlemen, but we'll try our best to make it happen. Okay, looking good. Everything's looking good. We had lizards last tournament. Pretty sure we had them last tournament. Yeah, you guys should have seen them. Pone has to play Subachai. Pone and I both just cursed to play the ogre players. There's two of them in the event, and Pone and I got both of them. Oh, that's really funny, dude. All right, who do we go for our Lord choice, man? There's so many cool options for the Empire. So many proud sons of Sigmar. All right, cool, looking good. I think that looks fine. Let's slap you up on that. I always wonder about like witch hunters in this matchup too. I feel like they're just gonna get bogged down. Oh my God, he already has a build ready. That's really concerning. Oh boy, he's ready, dude. The Great Maw is hungry, and you know it's coming for blood. All right, so just got to fine-tune the build a little bit. Probably should bring a wizard of some sort, you know? We need a little bit of that. Yeah, ogres are very good, and most of the top-level players do consider them to be the most meta and most powerful faction, so, you know, we gotta watch out for that. I think you might be able to beat them as the Empire, depending on the map. Like, if you get the right map, it's certainly possible. Not easy, but... yeah, a player like Tim the Wilder is also a very scary opponent because he's so good. He's a very, very good player. No, there's no timer in custom lobbies, so thankfully I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about the old timer of doom. All right, so let's slap you in there. And we can do this, and then mix in a couple of these in the starting army as well. Probably going to be a lot of Iron Guts, I would imagine. That would be what I would expect here. Yeah, a little SFT action tonight. It's always fun. SFTs are my favorite format. I think they're just great. Okay, so that's not going to save us enough money. Trying to decide on my caster situation. I haven't played this matchup in a hot minute. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've played the Ogre Kingdoms. Yeah, ogres are very nasty. Okay, so that looks good. Let's grab a couple of you guys. Do this. Slap the base in there on you, and then one more of these. As far as reinforcements go, let's get this. Yeah, I think I need to switch up my whole scheme of magic here. Otherwise, I don't know how well it's all going to work. All right, so that looks like a better starting army, I think. I think it's got more... Tim is a very meta player, so we need to kind of expect meta ogres. Are ogres like ITP on things? I don't necessarily know. Certainly going to be bum rushing into my backfield. We're going to need some halberds. It's kind of tricky because a lot of the Nobblars just beat your infantry. Free Company Militia, I think, are pretty good to have some utility. And two of those. Let's get you. And one or two more units here. Probably just a couple more of these. All right, how do I like my build? Does it have good staying power? Can it rumble? I think it can. Oh boy. Ogres, man. Yeah, Pone and I will meet in the loser's bracket after this. That would be my guess. We're just going to be the lords of the pits. All right, so we got you three. We're on Itza, which is a pretty small map, so ogres can close the distance really, really hard on us also. So got to put some respect on their names there. You're here, you're here. We have a little bit of cap weight all across the board. Ah, if only greatswords were cool here. That would be the true power fantasy. Knights of the Blazing Sun are a bit of an interesting choice too. I've always thought about them like having the good solid shock damage. Zintler's Reichsguard kind of covered that forte though. I think they usually get it done. All right, good luck, have fun to my opponent. I think we're about ready. Yeah, we got all the goodies that we came for. All right, looking good. Yep, it's fired up. Oh boy. Here we go. Oh, said chat disconnected. Hopefully my internet's still good. All right, reconnected. We're good. I did not bring Hellblasters. I maybe should have. But I do have some of the other elements. I always don't like to go too hard on artillery. On Itza, the line of sight can be a little bit weird. Although I suppose the Hellblaster volley gun could do some nasty work against the Ogre Bulls. Is there a physical sport that you would ever want to commentate for? Yeah, I would do MMA commentary, like fighting. Absolutely. I would do that. I mean, I don't even know how you get into that. That's probably you'd probably have to start at like a local circuit or something and go from there. Yeah, Empire's going to be getting the next DLC though. It'll be really curious. I think their win rate's sitting around 40% right now. So the Sons of Sigmar aren't doing the best, but you know, they're hanging in there. They are hanging in there. You know, Sigmar is tough. He is a stalwart champion. Was meme crafting Empire earlier. Yeah, I think you might be able to catch someone off guard with like a triple Hellblaster build here. But man, it's really, really hard to defend your backfield against Ogre diving. They're mass, they can just push through all your shit. It's they can really get into your backfield. So I don't know. I went with a more standard build. It's got the sword and board or the spear and board in the front because they can hold against Ogre Bulls. They're not going to win any beauty contests or anything like that, but you know, they do their best. We got Toddy because of the terror routes, and we do have the Hammer of the Witches, which is going to be sitting back here and just hopefully teeing off on the Ogre army. So let's move it up a little bit right away. I like Hammer of the Witches. It's a pretty good sniping piece, and yeah, we'll see what it can do. All right, so let's get you on the wings. Perfect. You want this spears that do not have shields into your secondary line, because otherwise they are going to get killed by Noblar trappers. And that is not good for anybody. All right, more of you. Outstanding. We got to keep our army like pretty tight together. And the last one can kind of just hang back here and do this. All right, Hammer the Witches. So let's get our Light Wizard to kind of hide out in the tree so it doesn't get sniped. And yeah, hey Casey, glad to hear it, man. Welcome to the stream, guys. So we're playing Empire against one of the top players in the world on an OP faction, the Ogres. If we could take him down here, that would be a really, really nice opening of the tournament. But I would imagine Tim has got a nice counter build for the Empire ready. All right, so we're ready. He's got 15 models, so that means it's probably going to be a big rush. Big old sweaty rush. So we need to get our wagons up, start buffering, and you know, shooting at what we can. Luminarch is not that good here. A good player is just going to hide their Slaughtermaster in the trees and then pop him out, use the heals, and run back. So you would just be shooting at like Ogre Bulls and things like that, right? So it wouldn't feel that good. All right, so Tim's going to run back, which is good. At least we do get the initial objective grab. You guys can go in group 7 and go over here. And the Hammer of the Witches, we just got to make sure we don't scoot up here. Looks like it's going to be an Noblar Scrap Launcher. Let's send you. Let's go over this way and prepare to party. All right, so the Scrap Launcher is going to be in engagement range here. Tim's going to play pretty defensively, which is okay. We're just going to hunker down on these two objectives here. That's kind of my plan. Let's get some halberds, move them over here. And see if the Hammer of the Witches can do it. It looks like he's going to probably dodge that first shot. Yeah, he hits a couple spears. It's fine. All right, so the Hammer, not going to be able to hit there. Let's get the wagons up, and the objectives are going to be opening soon. So we need to just grab whatever freebies we can and hope for the best. We're not going to play all 3 objectives, though. I feel like that's just foolish against the old Ogres. Okay, so we do get a Noblar Scrap Launcher behind the tree line, and it's okay. We're just going to grab the wagons and get the high ground point. The Scrap Launcher will do some, you know, topical damage here and there, but nothing too serious. All right, more halberds coming up, so let's just move them. And yeah, if he's just shooting at cheap state troopers, that's okay. Let's see what he's got in the trees. Ogre Bull dual weapons, a couple other funny things. Yes, yes. We now have our position on these 2 points. Cool, and then the halberds can come over too. We know where he's hiding. I could shoot into the trees. We could take a couple, like, see if we can get lucky kind of shots with the Hammer of the Witches. Might as well. Let's test our might here. So we're going to blast at those guys and see if we can shoot them into the tree line. That's why we're kind of scouting with your boy Toddy here. Wagons should be able to get this objective. I could send some troopers up here, but I think the wagons alone should be fine. We shoot into the trees. We do actually hit a bull model, which I'm going to take. I'll take the scraps here. As long as one of the cannons hits, it's definitely worth. And outstanding. So now we save up for like heavy cavalry. So he's going to build up and then do like a big alpha strike. It's very common for ogres in this matchup, at least when you're playing against him. Okay, Hammer of the Witches is still shooting. Objective's going to be opening here. So now we're saving for shot cavalry. And we're going to get all 3 objectives. But he's going to counter push us. And what we're going to do is we're going to yield the top objective to him. Because trying to defend all 3 points with the Empire is very, very difficult actually against the ogres. All right, so we got the top point, which is great. So now we're going to peel back down here and just save our resources for summons and whatnot, right? All right, here it comes. We could get a single huntsman unit, so let's get this. Park them back there, and we have our halberds. We have these guys. Toddy's nearby. Wagons are coming from the high ground, so now we're getting triple points here. And looks like the ogres are going to be preparing to move up. So I just need to make sure to train my cannon onto the correct targets. And we should be good from there. All right, let's go send the wagons up to do a little bit of screening. We're getting a pretty decent little points gap here, but once the ogres advance, it's going to be hard to get the points off them. They're the best faction of the game at grabbing the objectives. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. They are just really good at it. All right, let's get these spears on the low ground here. And now, is he advancing up? He's not. He's still building. Okay, so let's go take our wagons a little bit deep and see what we can like poke around. I don't think he's got any snares. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. And let's go ahead and form ranks like so. Get the halberds kind of forming ranks here. Although we need to probably stay on the objectives with most of these guys. And now we encounter the dreaded Noblar Legion. Okay, so yeah, a lot of Noblars over there. So we got Zintler's Reichsguard ready to defend our backfield. Let's take some shots here at the Noblar Scrap Launcher, which is going to be running into the trees. Hey, we got a lot of HP off that thing. Nice. I'll take it. I'll take it. Ogres are advancing here. What's coming in? Is it going to be the Ogre Bulls? These are the Ogre Bulls, and then these are the Iron Guts. Okay, so let's just make sure to shoot at these guys. Shoot at the Ogre Bulls however we can. The unshielded variant will be a little bit less scary. And we just need to get all of our shot cavalry out. All right, great. So, yep, shoot those Iron Guts. You guys can shoot the Iron Guts as well. Iron Guts are the big problem makers. So we've yielded the high ground point here. Now we're going to pull back with the wagons, and he's going to play the side here. But we do have our boys at the ready, as well as the Zentler's Reichsguard ready to come in. But let's actually call up the Demogryph Knights. Let's get those big boys heading up here, the Arwars. Okay, I don't know why one of these wagons is a little bit stuck here. It's a little strange. All right, let's shoot those Ogre Bulls. We do have the big shots, and now the big collapse is going to come from all directions. Toddy is ready, and Toddy can go down and go after these Ogre Bulls here to get a little bit of a terror out on them, which is nice. And yeah, now these Iron Guts are on their way in. Let's shoot them, and let's get the Demogryph Knight Arwars over there. So Toddy has successfully routed off one. So now we just need to deal with this flanking charge over here. Let's get you guys ready, you guys ready. Toddy can keep peeling here, and the Demogryph Knights can hopefully just go after those Iron Guts and just wreck them. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Demogryph Knights, peel these guys. All right, let's get the wagons over here. A lot of spears on that side. And let's go ahead and get some more spears moving up here to screen out and fight. Wagons, how are we looking? Toddy is back, and let's just get in here and rear charge those Iron Guts there. Try and wear him down a little bit. And how's the cannon doing? Cannon's still shooting in, doing effective work. Demogryph Knights able to plow there, so let's get those demis to go right here. And now we can do a little sneaky, see if he's paying attention. Go try and ninja that point. It's only 450 gold, so I think we're okay there. Let's do this. We have halberds holding. And we need to move these spears up, because he's pressed the objectives pretty hard now, but we are value trading, I would say, pretty effectively. Let's pull the Royal Outturf Griffites into the backfield, make sure we don't get pushed back too much, move up against the Ogres, and the Hammer of the Witches needs to just shoot at God knows what. I mean, I guess we could just go after the Slaughtermaster. It's probably fine. All right, spears and spears. Spears here. Demogryph Knights are on the way back. I don't know how they're getting so caught up here. I guess they're caught up in these Ogre Bull dual weapons, which is all right. So we'll get an Empire Knight out in a second. Those bad boys should be able to slam jam, space jam into these advancing ogres, and we'll hope for the best. All right, Toddy, let's get you back. Huntsman, pull back here. Wagons, where are you at? And our caster can go ahead and do a big Earthblood to kind of keep the boys going here. And hopefully those Empire Knights will hold their own here. Demogryph Knights actually kind of getting smashed a little bit. I don't know what's even doing it. Are they losing to these Ogre Bull dual weapons? That's surprising. All right, so the high ground point's going to us. As far as value trading, we're a little bit ahead, but this is what usually happens with ogres. They just like overwhelm you on the back points here. Wagons, what are they shooting at? Looks like they're shooting here. Let's go get some big terror routes over here, see if we could help out a little bit. All right, so terror route should come in there. Wagon fire, not doing bad damage. Those halberdiers are holding up very well. I'm actually impressed with them. And in the backfield, what can we call in? I think it's just got to be heavy cavalry. And unfortunately, that objective on the top is going to be a loss. He did notice it. All right, wagons, pull back. And how's Toddbringer doing against the Dread Legion? Let's go ahead and move in with our wagons here, do a little bit of ramming. Ramming speed. How's value trading looking? Yeah, it's even-ish. But the problem is he's got the objectives and I don't. You know, that's the big issue here. On this side, let's call in some Empire Knights, get them up, and have them go see if they can salvage that position here. And we did get a little bit of DACA. Let's send the spears over after you guys. And the Hammer of the Witches needs to go after these. And how are the old battering rammed wagons doing? They seem to be doing okay. Spears move up. Spears move up. Yeah, just push back, man. It's really, really hard to deal with that ogre pressure. I don't know how you could really get enough DPS with the Empire to deal with that. All right, let's turn around here, get some free company, start playing the side a little bit too. All right, so they're going to do that. And as long as Toddy and company don't get completely folded up here, I'll be feeling pretty good. Demogryph Knight Arwars did come back, so let's see if we can get a heal on those guys in a second. We need to wrestle an objective here soon. Let's get you guys doing this, you guys doing this after those guys. Wagon's still doing the thing. And okay, we're getting a little bit of counter momentum against them now as well. Not the worst thing in the world. Hammer the witches. Let's keep shooting you guys. And the wagons, how are we looking? They're still pretty healthy. They're still pretty healthy, but man, those demis are not in good shape. They are not in good shape at all. All right, let's get the hammer the witches back and drop a fat earthblood right here. Toddy's getting big terror routes. I mean, they are kind of getting pushed back a little bit. Let's get the big bull and see if we can take down the Lord of the Ogre Kingdom's army. That would be very nice. It looks like on this side it's going reasonably well. Zintler's Reichsguard might be able to help us resecure that top objective. Spears moving in. And ogres do have a bit of a mass retreat, and the Lord is now in my clutches. So this could be an opportunity to get back in the game here. Spears and our life caster, let's get you guys. We actually should probably do some unsummoning with you. Tidy up a little bit and save up for Zentler's Reichsguard up on the high ground, and maybe, just maybe, we can do something here. All right, so let's get you guys. Snipe the Lord if we can, so let's get that Daka going and get our caster back into the trees. We did some unsummons to tidy up a little bit. We still have Spearmen around, and the valley's really close. The Ogre Lord is slightly trapped up. Let's get the wagons rotating this way. And do we have enough for the Zentler's Reichsguard? We do now. Okay, what are these? Iron Guts? Iron Guts are just so crazy good. They really just do a ton of work. All right, so let's slam down from the hills, get these wagons continuing to rotate. We have you. So let's shoot him. Get the Halberdiers moving up. We need to have Toddy start working that direction. The Reichsguard Knights doing some nice work, advancing down, but those Iron Guts are probably going to solo most of our position here. Are we looking at the backfield? We do have our life caster. Cool, so let's do this and drop that. Have you engage against all these dudes here in the middle. We have a couple tattered Empire Knights who've come back. Let's have them shut down that scrap launcher, which is very, very fortunate. And the Zintler's Reichsguard Knights doing it. They're doing it, man. Toddy's also causing a bit of havoc. Oh, man, but his damn Lord came back. That's unfortunate. All right, Demis, let's get you guys moving up. Go after these guys and get these tattered Demogryph Knights to move over there. Value trading is very, very close, but yeah, those guys are just going to be a problem. All right, so his Lord, I don't know if we're going to be able to get it. Toddy's doing its thing. Let's see if we can like at least break open the top here. That might be possible. Zentler's Reichsguard Knights are doing great work, running down a lot of the Noblars. I mean, yeah, the army sizes seem about equal in terms of like overall strength, but the Iron Guts are just kind of like anti-everything, it feels like. All right, let's get these silver bullets up here, see if they can do anything. Move you guys out. We got a couple of you guys going here. We have the Empire Knight shutting down his deal in the back. And now let's rotate the wagons over and see if we can actually grab the point. That would be incredibly nice. All right, so Toddy, let's go after the Lord here, see if we can snipe him. We do have some state troopers who need to be unsummoned. I can't help but feel the cannon was like not a good idea, and it didn't really do much, but you know, it is what it is. All right, silver bullets. Let's get you guys to start shooting here. Unfortunately, they're a little bit exposed right now, but maybe they're going to be able to do something. We get Toddy come up here. Perhaps a terror route could be on the table. Let's get some state troopers marching up. So state troopers and state troopers, and do this, and maybe, just maybe, those Iron Guts will fall. Let's get a couple spears moving over too. Right, Toddy, we need those sweet terror routes right now, dude. Side point, not a whole lot going on here. We don't have too many good Vanguard options. Huntsmen do get routed. Move these spears up to the middle. And wagons, keep going, man. Toddy, this is your time, dude. This is where the terror routes of the gods are needed. Okay, we do see terror routes coming down, which is outstanding. And the silver bullets are compromised, but let's get a little heal to try and keep those bad boys online. Let's move up. Shoot. And Toddy, yeah, he's doing good. He's fighting on the side ground point, but I'm kind of running out of time to play the points, you know what I'm saying? The Ogre Army's looking a little worse for wear. I mean, they're looking a little raggedy. That's for sure. Let's go ahead and call some halberds in and send those bad boys up to that objective there. We got to start kind of playing the whole field. All right, so we might be able to get this point here. I think the big terror routes have done it. And down here, we got more spears coming up. So let's do this. Get this character moving here. We got Free Company Militia hustling over. Maybe, just maybe, Toddy's going to be able to do it. Although, man, those Ogre Bulls just keep coming back. They have never... They don't know what a bell is, as a matter of fact. They have no idea. What call-ins do I have? Just basic spears? Yeah, whatever. We just got to go for it, man. All right, shut those guys down. Toddy, just keep terror routing, but you see we just can't get the points back. Yeah, Empire definitely needs a little something something. I don't know how you can beat a good Ogre player. It's just like this one Iron Gut's been soloing my entire army. Like literally killed all my cavalry and my spearmen and my infantry. Zentler's Reichsguard's been doing good though. They maybe more heavy shot cav. The cannon felt a little bit Walmart. Like maybe just cutting the cannon in lieu of some other stuff would be good. All right, spearmen move up and you guys move up here. Hustle, hustle, hustle. And yeah, we have like nothing to call in right now. We have a little bit. We have some units. All right. Let's go after those. Wagons, is there anything we're going to be able to do to get these points? Let's rotate down to the middle and see. We can keep having our heavy cavalry fighting here. Let's get Toddy over there and just get a big group heal for everybody. So the heavy cav should do something. And we might have some in reserve. Probably need to unsummon some to get more back in the pool here. Let's get another halberdier. All right, halberdiers heading to the point, and you huntsmen need to take down those Iron Guts if we can. Get those spears rotating, and we do break that position. Our little like hammer is doing good. Our character hammer, I'm pretty happy with it, honestly. But man, look at these damn Iron Guts, dude. They're just like soloing everything. I can't kill them. Hellblaster Wagon could be an interesting tech here because it can kind of run away from the old ogres, you know? You got that going for you. On the side point, is there anything we can call out that would be helpful? The Demogryph Knights also felt like I threw a lot of value away. I think on a bigger map you might be able to beat ogres with like some heavy artillery play, but here it just feels like impossible. All right, let's head to the low ground here. Keep shooting here. Yeah, value trading's even. And I have healing, so like technically we're not. It's just we don't have enough time. We don't have enough time. He's going to be winning it soon. All right, so we secure this. Halberds have gotten that objective. Very nice. Couple spearmen, and here we would need to do this. Maybe if we had been able to cleave his lord earlier, maybe, that could have helped. All right, more state troopers. Ogre bulls just dominate. They just dominate in combat. All right, let's get in here. Get these spearmen going. Let's get some attacks here with Toddbringer. Toddy does feel like the right choice, though. I almost went with Franz, but I don't think Franz would get it done. All right, so we do secure that point. Like, we're actually ahead army-wise, I think. Well, we have Toddy, I guess. Yeah, Toddy's going to get some nice routes here. And we are flipping the middle, but it's too little too late. It's too little too late. So let's move up here, get a couple spears on the position, couple state troopers over there. We flip the side point, which is a nice one for us, but we would need to get a triple cap, and he still has plenty. GG, well played. That was a good game. Good scrap, you know, but I would have to go to the drawing board. I honestly think, I don't think if you have two evenly skilled players, and Tim is better than me, by the way, I don't think the Empire could win that, like, consistently. I just don't know what else you can do. The Iron Guts just seems so hard to deal with. Man-eaters, Iron Guts, yeah. Pretty standard stuff. I mean, maybe more heavy shot cav. Don't know what you can do. GG, well played. GG, well played. Yeah, good scrap, man. Got to go to the drawing board or wait for the Empire to get some updates. I think on a big map, though, with a couple cannons, you could win it. That map was too small. Ogres could close on me too quick. I shouldn't have even brought an artillery. Hellblaster Volley Gun could be okay, but Tim would have shut it down. Like, the lead belchers can just come out of the spawn. Yeah, the demis did really poorly. They did really, really badly. Let's see how we're looking on the brackets. Okay, we're almost done with round one. Let me tell Tim to report the score. Report score, please. And we'll see what we run into in the next round. Plague of Rust Huntsman would be okay. I don't know. Maybe the wagons. I mean, the wagons probably did good for me. So probably you cut this. You cut these spearmen. And then maybe you mix in a couple, like, huntsmen, I guess? It feels a little janky, and then you could throw some spears in, you could throw this life caster on foot, but then it's going to die to the ogre bulls. Maybe something like this could work. No, these are handgunners. I meant to get huntsmen. Okay, huntsman and huntsman. You could get like slap one halberd in the back or something. I don't know. The Luminarch is a power fantasy for sure, but it wouldn't be that good. The lead belchers would close the distance and kill it. Is there any way you can like fight the front line against ogres? It seems like they just stack like, he basically moved like 5 ogre bull units into one halberd and just massacred it, you know? And they all stack pretty well. I don't know how to beat that with the Empire. They fear the stank. The stank would be a sustainable source of terror that would take a long time to kill. That is true. As far as blobs, you could go with like a hero hammer blob with like Gotrek and whatnot, but they just get tied up by Noblars and stuff. Yeah, I do not know how to go about that. Yeah, he can close the distance on me on Itza pretty hard. What's the next map? Next map is going to be... But Tim's odds of going to the grand finals are good because he's playing ogres and he's really strong. So we have Imperial Road, Altar of the Champion. Okay. Couple matchups here. Let's go look at the stats for the season, by the way, if anybody's just joining. We've had several tournaments since the last one I hosted, so we can actually take a look here at the current stats and see how it's looking. So Ogre's sitting at 70%, which is pretty strong. 1-0 against Empire. That was the first game of the season against them. Beastmen are looking really good too. Beastmen sitting at 66%. That's incredible. Dude, Beastmen had so many power, like good solid units like Razor Gores and Minotaurs and Ungor Raiders. And then when they got a front line that has armor in the Zangor, dude, game changer. Beastmen are actually really scary to play against. Like Empire gets wrecked by Beastmen now. Skaven. This is an interesting one. I guess it's just power grab shenanigans. Greenskins I can understand. Wurzag is really easy to pilot, so I think overall Wurzag builds, just people spamming stuff moving forward, can get some solid wins. Lizardmen sitting at 63% is cool too. Obviously, we're still very early on in the data. Kislev climbing makes sense. What else at 56%? Probably being carried by some very strong players, I would wager. The Dreaded Empire, we'll try and get another 3 wins here today. They're sitting at 36%. So we'll try and bring the Sons of Sigmar up. But overall, the stats are looking pretty interesting here. Montes Infantry just get better animations and fights. Yeah, it seems like it's so, Hadries. It seems like it's so. Probably should have just ignored the, like, gone for cheaper Empire Knights. I felt like they were good at road blocking the bulls, and then, but dealing with the Iron Guts, because they kill your heavy cavalry. I don't know how to go about that. Oh, Beastmen, dude, Zangors are really good, and also the Elemental Incarnate is crazy strong. That thing is an absolute raid boss to deal with. Okay, where are we looking here? Taking a look at the brackets for the first round. The 2 Ogre players have won. Hadri's won. Ghoul won. Yeah, we got our winners advancing here. A couple people still playing. What time did we start at? 5:30? Yeah, Tim and I readied up pretty quick because he already had a build ready for me. He seemed like he knew. Yeah, Demons of Chaos are like a weird faction. It seems like they were like, you know, CA didn't really like plan for them to be in multiplayer, so they just kind of are this weird like tertiary thing, you know? State Troopers, yeah, charging great swords would get wrecked by bulls, like really bad. Their armor wouldn't save them. I still think the opening of Spearmen with halberds is probably a good idea, actually. Like, what about this? So what if we go like Penta Halberd, Penta Spear? My power fantasy, I want to mix in a couple Warrior Priests, but that feels stupid. We throw Gotrek in the mix, because he's just like a decent anti-large fighter. We go cheap, we go Marcus with just a net to control the bull movement a little bit. And then for the caster, we can do a, what about a Deathcaster just to snipe the Lord? Do that, and then maybe like one Hellblaster Volley Gun or something. This feels like it could be a stronger build than what we just had. Although Toddy was pretty clutch, but he doesn't have cap weight, right? We get you guys, we get Zintler's Reichsguard Knights. Yeah, I think Empire Knights are probably the way here. And then in reserve, we can call in the Free Company ROR. 2 Free Company units, I think, is enough. And do we want... The wagons still perform well. They do. Iron Guts and Bull Spam is really good. Yeah, I honestly think Ogres definitely need blanket cost increases. They're very overpowered compared to other factions. Huntsman, yeah, I like a couple Huntsmen with this like density of infantry. Maybe you're going to be able to squeeze some value out. Silver Bullets is nice too. And the Demogryph Knight is like a cool thing, but I don't know. It seems like the Lead Belchers and the basic Bulls. No, Buna isn't good against Ogre Bull units. They don't have enough models. Yeah, it's like a weird place. Witch Hunters could be okay. I think this is Gotrek is better, and Marcus is just cheap and has a net, so... If you wanted to, you could even cut this last Spearman and throw in some of his cool abilities. You could do like... Amber Bow does 169. That does... yeah, we could do that and Focus Shot. Yeah, oh no, Kane, I've won the matchup before. Like, I remember winning it against, I think it was Subutai last season in a tournament, but... It's a matchup I've won, but it feels like my opponents had to make pretty big misplays for me to win. Yeah, we'll get to the bottom of it. Pistoliers is an interesting one, too. Pistoliers against Ogres? No, because they'll just throw Noblars in front of them, and Noblar Trappers will just throw their Ninja Stars at them. I wonder if that could work. It's kind of an interesting idea. Just like a million State Troopers and a lot of sticks. Maybe one grenade launcher just to shoot at Noblars and clear them out. Not a bad utility. All right, let's check the brackets for today. See how we're moving along. Do a little refresh. Good, Anakin, good. Okay. Where are we at? Looking down here, we got a couple games left to go. We got Blood Penguin versus Catholic, Fidel versus Maxim, and Killer 2020 versus Bob That Builder. Okay, 3 games still going. Should be wrapping up in the next like 10 minutes, and then we'll get to the next round. The Black Lions could be an interesting pick. I mean, because they're hard to lock down, but they're really expensive, like really, really pricey. You would have to cut quite a bit of the backbone of your army to afford them. You know, then your army suddenly looks a lot more sparse, right? But it does give you some good skirmishing utility. The thing is, Lead Belchers also have 250 range, and they can probably outtrade your Black Lions. Especially with Troll Guts on them. I guess I could overcast Spirit Leech on their Lead Belchers and then use the Black Lions, but I feel like I'm going to be running a lot with the Black Lions against a good Ogre player. I think we can do something. So, because if we do manage to win our next 3, we would run into most likely one of the Ogre players in the semifinal. So we'll have to scheme some builds out. We'll have to scheme it out. All right, let's check out the map here and see what we got. The next map, I believe, is going to be... Let me go ahead and join this. 1 second here. And where are we? Okay. Checking the maps. I believe it's Imperial Road, which is a pretty fun map. It's a good one. Imperial Road. It's a nice little cafe map. It has some good forest terrain, so if you're playing like mobile harass factions, they can play the sides. But also like centerpiece artillery can work in the middle of the map. It can cover quite a bit. So we got options, man. We got plenty of options. I'm trying to think what matchups Pistoliers would be good in. I actually am starting to think maybe having 1 or 2 Pistoliers against Grand Cathay just to shoot Crowmen might not be bad. I don't even know how Crowmen will trade into Troopers. I feel like the Crowmen will defeat like State Troopers pretty decisively in combat. I would argue a simple wide Gelt build with max pointy sticks and Huntsman, probably 2 demis. That doesn't sound like a bad build. The only issue is when I go with demis, Hadries, I really like to have healing for them. If I don't have healing for demis, I feel like I'm really just like not, because they have a lot of HP per model. So it, yeah, it really feels like I'm missing out when they don't have those sweet heals. Okay. Looks like 2 games left to finish. Can anyone join? Yeah, anyone can join, dude. Yeah, get in here. These are all maps made by our community. So these are community maps because CA refuses to add our maps to the game. Apparently, it's a ton of effort to just copy and paste some text. But, you know, it is what it is. We'll take it. We'll take the scraps. We've made our own awesome community. And, okay. Bob That Builder is playing, and it has been 30 minutes. So they have another 15 minutes to finish their game. It shouldn't, actually 13, but it shouldn't take that long. Then we will advance the brackets. Yeah, since the band. We'll see how it goes. People in Discord are joking like, oh, you should have banned him. Yeah, we'll find out. I know, I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like it'd be easy to add the maps in. You've been this brilliant week with stream. Yeah, we got a lot of streams going. Where do you get the maps? You guys finished? Hell yeah, Bob. Attaboy. You just go to the workshop and you just download the Total Tavern Tournament map pack. And that's what you do. That's what you do. All right. Oh, you have to, yeah, you would have to sign up for the tournament before it starts. But you can do that all from our website, which is Total Tavern. All right, so let's go ahead and advance the Swiss. The round is finished, and let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's have some fun. No worries, Bob. You still finished under time. You're good. All right. Hey, we got Catholic. He's a good player. And it looks like he lost. I don't know how he lost the first round. He's like, who did he lose to? Shit. Someone or other. All right. Next round is live, guys. Let's get it. Have fun. Next round live. All right. So I don't know who this is. It's someone from the BBB clan who is not playing in today's tournament. So I could turn game. All right. So let's see what he's playing. Hopefully it's not Kislev. All right, let's do this. And we have Catholic here. Outstanding. Oh no, man, he just made me laugh. Lost that first round, hope we don't, hey, no, it's all good. Let's get it, man. Kislev is one I've been kind of scheming with the Empire. I lost it pretty much every single time in early access, but I think I have a build. Okay, Mikey, okay, dropping. Just got to do a little bit of admin stuff here, and we will drop you. Outstanding. And that should have done the trick. Let's see if it did. Did you guys drop his... both those players in that round dropped. That's really funny. There are often people who will drop in the first round when they lose their first match. Are we playing High Elves? Holy shit, how the hell do you play this matchup? I can't remember this one. Are you High Elves? How do we beat like the Silver and Guard and all that sort of stuff? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. I used to know how to play this matchup. It used to be very Sunmaker dependent. It was like the Sunmaker comes in, you win, or there is no Sunmaker and you lose. That was kind of the paradigm of that matchup, but we'll find out. All right, so let's get the army blocker up. Let's do this. Yes, yes. Cool. We got to worry about sneaky stuff. Stealth guys flying around, dragons causing havoc, you know. I think he's playing High Elves, though. I could have sworn I saw him lock in his Kislev earlier, but did you drop yourself? Because I dropped your opponent. Okay, so he's playing High Elves. Cool. Haven't played this one in a while. So Silver and Guard, Archers, Dragons, Imric, you know, a lot of A lot of the standard stuff is going to be out in the neighborhood here today. Alrighty, and let's go ahead and get you. What else do we want to plop down here? Perfect. This caster would probably be the preferred choice, I would say. Elves love their mobility, they love their diving. You know, that's always going to be their jam. So we got to respect that. Archers are a pain in the butt. Could see some bolt throwers, but I'm not really... I mean, I guess they could shoot at my wagons if they want to. It's fine. All right, so let's slap that down here. Put you on the old horse and get it going. Yeah, armor piercing is definitely good here. This is my power fantasy matchup where great swords are good. This is where I release all my fantasies about great swords being awesome. Whether or not it's true is you know, up for debate. But yeah, Silver and Guard are really good, dude. Oh, it's Othmar Gareth. Oh, we got Garethos in here. Yeah, he's ready to go, dude. I love it. All right. So, out of the gates, let's see here. Yeah, the Elven bows are pretty obnoxious. They're definitely tough to deal with. But I think we're okay. So let's get you, get this. And then we have a little bit of money left to work with. Got 3 of you. And what are we going to be running into for the old Catholic here? Very strong player. Not going to be an easy fight. We could go off to an 0-2 start. You know, it's very possible here. This is, both of us are kind of fighting for a spot in the semis in this situation. The Black Lions are so badass too. I wish they were good in this matchup. It seems a little bit too risky. Alrighty, so we got you, and then let's slap you in the back. Let's have you pop out. It's probably not worth. That was a bit of a, you know, fancy tech that I don't think was a good idea. All right, so just need to save a little bit of money. Is there anywhere I can do that? Do that, and what else? Could bring that. The magic does seem a little bit underwhelming that I'm bringing to the old table here. All right. Almost ready, my friends. Would Empire vs. Ogres be winnable? I think the Empire can win it. It's just massively over-favored. It's, you know, I may have exaggerated when I said it wasn't winnable, but Tim is just a better player than me already. So that's just making it a hard matchup as is. All right, so you and you and you. I do like those guys as choices here. Call-ins. What do we want to have as our call-ins here? Are any of our Flying Lords viable at all? Balthazar Gelt is respectable because he can do a little bit of stuff. Yeah, we'll try it out. Okay, let's drop this. Let's get that, and then we have some fun times. Oh, hell yeah, dude. This build's getting really fun really quick. For better or for worse? For better or for worse? All right, so that build seems pretty fun. And as far as other things go, I think we're ready to chill. Let's grab you guys. He probably has played this matchup a bit, so he's probably a little bit more familiar with what to bring. I'm still doing the big scheme in here. Luminarchs are cool. They're definitely badass. But I don't think they really bring a whole lot to the table against the old elves. Okay. How are we looking here? Pretty good. Got 175 gold to spend still. Probably need to find a way to bring a different spell. Do we want that for any reason? I don't think so. That requires 195. Let's do this and replace you with a basic spearman. Spearman. Almost ready, my friends. Almost ready. Yeah, it's probably going to be a couple little, you know, dragon pieces and Imric, and, you know, that's all pretty standard fare, I would say. Nothing too wild with that playstyle. All right, let's give this a try. This looks like fun. First time I've tried this build, but I think if it can work against Catholic, who's a really good High Elf player, I think we got something here. That's what these SFTs are all about, exploring fun builds and all that stuff. Yeah, ogres are very boring to watch. They are. Because every build's basically the same. It's a Slaughtermaster with mass ogre bulls and Iron Guts Noblars. There's literally no dynamic play. It's just mouth breathing, move forward, and swarm. Granted, you still have to micro your units. You have to give them the correct attack orders, but it doesn't make for a fun viewing experience. Why don't you stream with delay? I like to chat with you guys on a more live spectrum. Yeah. Armor and guns. Oh, the Empire isn't very armored, though, if you think about it. Like, all your core infantry outside of greatswords are like 30, 40 armor. So your front lines are pretty glass cannon as the Sons of Sigmar. You know, you kind of win games with your combined arms and all that kind of stuff, so. Okay. So, for all of you, I brought a double Witch Hunter build, because Witch Hunters are incredibly cool, and they have badass leather hats, which, you know, I think should mean something. So we got double Witch Hunter on foot. I feel like they're going to be able to put some shooting down. We also got mortars back here. So mortars, and we should probably just have them right here by our call-in so we can do this. And the thing is, if he manages to shut down, you know, a mortar or whatever, it's not a huge deal compared to losing the Sunmaker. They're only 600 gold, right? So that's kind of my school of thought. We'll immediately see the Lord, and if it's a Flying Lord, and know what's going on. Yeah. Cool, man. So we got mortars. Dude, look at the hats. Look at these hats. Also, Accusation does lower armor, so I'm like, oh, maybe that's okay for helping some of my frontliners. I don't know. Just giving it a try. All right, so we got more units than them. Surprised to see that, actually. And, yeah, so the elves are hiding in the corner. We do have an Archmage with Armor of the Stars and Burning Head. Very, very straightforward stuff. So we don't care, though, if our stuff gets kind of hit as much. Balthazar Gelt can drop some nice bombardments, and let's get our mortars moving up to take some pot shots. So Silverins. And, oh, double bolt throwers, actually, too. All right, so let's just pull you guys back, like so. We got our war wagons, and, yeah, hopefully Balthazar Gelt and company can do some work, man. I've never tried anything quite like this. We do know the Archmage. Is it on foot? Holy shit. Is that on horse? What is that thing? What is it? What is going on? Oh, it's on a bird, but it's waddling on the ground. I was like, why does that look so funny with the way it's moving? You know, that looks very weird. All right, so the mortars can move in, start, now that he's kind of pushing up a little bit, and go after the Silverins. We can get the initial clutches on that objective. I'd be quite happy. Balthazar Gelt's going to just juke around, and we do see the bird hiding in the bushes, so, you know, no big surprises there. We'll get Sons of Sigmar moving up to the middle to provide a little bit of a backbone for our army. And, yeah, we'll see. I see the bird, though. It's pretty obvious that I see it, right? Yeah, we need the mortars to do some work, so let's start moving the mortars up. I believe they have more range than a bolt thrower, or at least similar. 380 bolt throwers are a little bit less. Let's send the Witch Hunters up. Oh god, did I just almost unsummon that thing? That would have been terrible. Alright, let's go after you guys. Let's do this. Witch Hunters are going to move up and start shooting. Balthazar Gelt's nearby, and we'll keep our wagons back on defense. Archmage is going to chill for a while. We can even just call in like silver bullets or something and just have them kind of lurk back here. And use the wagons up in the front. I think that's going to be slightly better. Alright, so Balthazar Gelt stands at the ready, General. Mortars are about ready in position, and we can start dropping bombardments, but he's probably watching now, so we need to be more careful. And the wagons are getting shot, but that's all right. It's fine. All right. So, yeah. Armor of the Stars has been popped, so we're going to get Burning Head in our backfield like right now. Witch Hunters doing a little bit of DPS, and the objectives are now open. Outstanding. We do see a couple Elven units on their way in, so we're just going to keep juking back and forth with these Witch Hunters and hoping that that works. I don't really know, but we're going to find out on today's episode of Dragon Ball Z. So, okay. So, we don't see the Archmage yet. The objective is going to be ours. And, yeah, those Witch Hunters are doing okay. They're actually doing some decent DACA against those Silverins. And let's start shooting here. We got our dudes here ready to party, and now the mortars are going in. So the question is, does he want to use the bolt throwers to take down the mortars, or, you know, what's it going to be, really? All right, let's go here. Let's go here. Let's do an accusation, accuse them of heresy. Do a little bit of this, and the mortar wagons can kind of just creep around the back. Still no pressure back here, which is kind of curious. I wonder what's going on. Let's get some Empire Knights to scream around and have some fun. And we do have some good damage going down on the Lothern Sea Guard. Let's do this and get the wagons up and around the back to form ranks a little bit. Okay, Burning Head of the Gods. It hits one mortar. It's like whatever. It's 600 gold, you know. If it's gone, it's gone. It's going to happen. It's inevitable in this matchup, you know. So I'm just like, you know, let the boy watch, dude. Let him watch. All right, so Spearmen, let's get them around. Witch Hunters still doing their thing. Get more troopers running, and yeah, we got the silver bullets kind of eyeing that bird now, so that's good. Keep that thing in check. Let's move some halberdiers up here. Balthazar Gelt's flying around. Wagons have encircled the enemy army and are cackling in the back. Let's do this. Shoot that Eagle Claw bullet thrower, and we can also bombard it. So Staff of Valons and Empire Knights, and a very, very like foot-based army here. Kind of interesting. All right, so yeah, we're getting that artillery piece down. Let's go ahead and pull these wagons back, get you guys around the top, see if we can push a little bit. We are getting that Archmage down, and the mortars are still doing great work. You know, they're progressively wearing down the archer positions, which I would say is pretty good. So one down for the count. Let's get some spearmen over there. And the Witch Hunters, how are they doing? They are blasting away here. Looking at value, we're doing, I would say, pretty good. It looks like there could be a little bit of funny business here. So let's go get a Pistolier to run under. Wagons to snipe the Lord. Witch Hunters still do their thing. And Balthazar Gelt's going to come back here. All right. So this pigeon's going to get potentially cooked here if he's not careful. It looks like there's going to be another burning head attempt here. Okay, so that's going to kill another mortar. But let's go ahead and see if we can polish off this Lord and chase it off the battlefield. So we're going to do this. Let's get the Pistoliers following underneath. Get the wagons circling, and the Empire Knights have ran into a bunch of Haggard units here. So we will try. And that mortar actually seems to have stabilized, which is outstanding. All right, Balthazar, how you doing? Good. So we got that Lord broken, so that thing's going to get chased into the Shadow Realm. Let's pull back here. Wagon's still doing their thing. Mortar wagon, or this wagon, we need to unsummon it as soon as we can. And yeah, that's a pretty big win for us, taking down the Lord right there. And Witch Hunters, how you doing? I mean, obviously the Heil front line is going to be pretty favored against us, which is something we just have to live with here. Let's move some of you guys up on the point. And we do get his Lord shattered and taken down. So that's really good. So now we need to just find a way to, get the objective game going, because that's going to be the hardest part here. State Troopers at the ready, General. Wagons still shooting away. Let's get these Empire Knights screaming into these. And Pistoliers can do a little bit of backfield diving, see what we can find. All right, so we got the character off the battlefield. Balthazar Gelt did it. We got a lot of State Troopers moving up to the middle. Halberdiers move in and grind. And let's pull you guys back. Get these Pistoliers running up and through. And how are the Witch Hunters doing? They seem to be doing okay. Let's go ahead and accuse some of these guys of heresy. All right, so squeaking through. That doesn't feel great. Let's get the Empire Heavy Cavalry back there instead and move the Silver Bullets up now as well and move these Spearmen up. We're going to need all hands on deck to win this game still. Despite getting the Lord, Empire is a little bit flimsy on the objective game, right? So let's get you guys here. Let's go run down these Lothern Sea Guard in the back, move you guys up in the bushes. We do get a nice bombard right there, which is great. Hails a handful of units. Witch Hunter's still doing it. Call in some more Empire Knights and get you guys around the top side, and cool. So Balthazar and company should be able to do it. Let's move down here, see if we can take down these Narnia Lions if possible. And we do get a pretty square charge on them, but what is he calling in the back? I'm not sure. All right, objective's starting to flip back to us. We do have these Silver Bullets in position, so let's shoot at these Lothern Sea Guard. See if we can poke them. Move you guys up, and move you State Troopers up. And the back objective has been... I could throw Balthazar Gelt away here, actually. That would be pretty bad. All right. Let's get your boy back in business. Looks like a Frostheart Phoenix, so let's start shooting that with pretty much everything we got. We can accuse it of heresy in a minute. But overall, we got a lot of man-tiding. Oh god, I got something in my throat. It's getting caught. Final Transmutation here is going to be pretty money. Goddamn. What the hell is that, dude? What the hell is that? All right, so Final Transmutation going down. Narnia Lions trying to get into my backfield, but we can hopefully just shut them down. Get you guys here, keep the wagons going. That Final Transmutation was a thing of beauty. That did some great work. Get some more Halberdiers coming up. And yeah, the mortars, I think, were a really good choice. It was very off meta, and I think it may have caught my opponent off guard here. All right, so we're up on value, but certainly don't want to rest on that. So let's move some spears back here, and we have our Silver Bullets. Let's get those dudes back. Those Narnia Lions getting taken down, and the Haggard Swordsman Legion are slowly getting it done. So let's call our mortar wagons back. Balthazar Gelt is going to sit and chill. And do we have any more Empire Heavy Cavalry? We can get the Pistoliers up on the side. And what do we want to call in? Yeah, some Empire Knights. Empire Knights are just great in this situation, especially when he's not really contesting the Cav game with me. I'm more than happy to kind of duke that out, right? All right, shoot at the bird. Shoot at the bird there. Wagons, shoot at the bird also. And keep these Empire Knights pulling back. His back objective is looking very tattered, like really raggedy. Okay, let's get in the trees. Oh, we do get the mortar back online, although it looks like it's basically off for now. We still have a lot of game to play, so I think resummoning the other mortar wouldn't be a terrible idea. All right, loop around the side. And the Lord has been called back in. All right, this is where it could get a little bit dicey, ladies and gentlemen, now that we got the Lord back here. Although it will diminish the ground game a little bit. So, all right, so cavalry, get you guys back. Get Halberdiers moving here. Wagons, retreat. Unsummon some State Troopers here. And the mortars need to just keep raining that hot, sweaty fire on these guys. All right, so let's get the double Empire Cav and see if we can roll back there and do something a little nasty. Let's get the wagons, shoot the Lord, and we can also lower its missile resist, make it a little bit of a juicy target. Nice, good sniping there. Good sniping indeed. All right, let's go on these Silverins. You guys move up on the point here. And the Lord is in some danger. Maybe we dodged that burning head, I'm not sure. We kind of dodged it a little bit, not too much. All right. Was hoping we could get that Lord for a second time this game. That would have been pretty nice. And maybe a single grenade launcher just to park here and do some grenade launching would be very solid for us. All right, so how are we looking on the side here? They're looking pretty beat up. I'm hoping I can win this. We got more Narnia lines on the way in. Middle objective, though, it's scrappy as hell, man. It's definitely very scrappy. We both have quite a bit here. Those Witch Hunters providing that consistent 3 capture weight, though, is really good. All right, so this is a broken position, and now we can go ahead and take the fight versus the Narnia Lions. I think with Balthazar Gelt's help, it should be pretty doable. All right, pulling back a little bit. Do this, and let's get the Pistoliers around the side to see what they can do. And Gelt needs to retreat right now. Pop that Staff of Alans. Start grenade launching. You guys move up on the point. You guys just sit, finish off the bird. And do we want to call in mortars? Yeah, why the hell not? Let's get the mortars back online. They do decent, consistent damage against these guys. All right, so Pistoliers in the back can shoot these Narnia Lions, and hopefully we're at least threatening that point a little bit. Grenades, retreat, out of range, and you guys can just continue shooting in here. All right, State Troopers, let's go. Probably need to unsummon some guys, although we do have some coming back here. Let's get them unsummoned and clean up that situation a little bit. And now we can retreat back with these. He's clearly responded with a very heavy hand, so we need to make sure that we, we're okay there. Well, these archers are extending in, and we're starting to get to that point where, we might be able to just straight up get it on points. Okay, so let's go after these guys. Let's go get that bolt thrower crew so we can't unsummon it and get free points. On the backfields, we do have some call-ins for State Troopers. 1, 2. All right, let's get another mortar call in, and that mortar can park here. This one can be unsummoned. See, this is a problem. I'm a little bit sloppy with my call-ins here, because now my opponent might be able to scrap back, even though I have a very substantial value lead because I haven't been terribly efficient with all my exchanges here. All right, let's keep mortaring in onto the Silverins. Let's run you guys away. Balthazar Gelt's going to go work on those Lothern Sea Guard, and you can shoot that pigeon right there. Wagons parking there, providing cap weight is very useful. And now we can start calling in just, whatever. We just need Mantide. The Mantide has to maintain here. All right, so the Lord is getting shot. Do we have any wagon fire left? The wagons have a little bit of ammo. Let's call them back here. Unfortunately, both of our... Oh, this is bad. This is really bad, actually. We do have Empire Knights soon, but not soon enough. All right, let's get some spears back here. You guys come back here and try and head them off. The Witch Hunters are holding the point, and so are the Halberdiers, but for how much longer? Find out on today's episode. Oh, God, I just got double burning head. I knew that was going to happen when I saw them coming. I was like, oof. At least one of the mortars survived, That's the important thing. All right, so Empire Heavy Cavalry unit soon. He's going to try and work around me here. Let's shoot at the Lord. And, yeah, hopefully we could just maintain that middle objective. All right, here we go. This is good. Because now hopefully we just trade in and get these lions. And, that could be good. All right, so the Sigmarites are holding on the objective. The Halberdiers doing well. The Witch Hunters are definitely doing some nice sustained damage. Let's get you guys moving up to shoot. That was a beautiful burning head, though. That was very clutch. That was very, very good. All right, wagons, let's unsummon you guys. We're going to need more State Troopers as this battle does rage on. Let's get the wagons up for cap weight. Although the bird is coming back in, so maybe we can just snipe this bird real quick. That would be good. Balthazar Gelt's basically out of Winds of Magic. Do we have any more Mantide to call in? He's not trying for my back objective, which is nice. Let's get some Spearmen. Move those guys up, and this wagon needs to just sit there for cap weight, because we need to get to the point where we can win on just one. All right, Witch Hunters, let's accuse them of heresy. I accuse thee, Frostfire Phoenix, of heresy. Oh, did it not go off? It should have. The bird, oh, the bird's dead. Okay, I was like, that's weird. All right, let's park the wagons up there, get that cap weight. We need whatever we can. Balthazar Gelt just jukes around, and it looks like the heavy cavalry should deal with those Narnia Lions adequately. Okay, and cool. So the Empire Knights, we probably need you guys up in the middle right now. How's old Gelt Daddy doing? Oof, God, this is scary, dude. This is really scary. I didn't manage my, super well. And now the game is like kind of close, which is not good. All right, so the mortar is back online. So let's get those guys heading here. And these Narnia Lions need to be hunted. The wagons and Witch Hunters are trying, running out of steam a little bit. We did kill his lord almost twice over, which is pretty funny. But it wasn't quite enough. All right, so we're going to have to like grind. We do have some time to work with, but not as much time as you would think. All right, let's go for the back objective, actually. That feels like it's a good play. Just like take all our cap weight over there and, the High Elves seem pretty rooted in their position. These Witch Hunters are doing God's work. They're just awesome. All right, so State Troopers. The mortar crew should be back. Let's get you. All right, so it's Cruz, and Balthazar can head for the high ground objective, which he barely has anything on that right now. So we might actually be able to just straight up flip that. With our Empire Knights coming in, Witch Hunter is still shooting at the Lothern Sea Guard here, and we do have the Troopers moving in. So we need to just get Mantide going on the center, like hardcore. Yeah, to try and pressure that too, so it's not such an easy, obvious engagement for him. All right, so Empire Knights move, and it looks like it's going to be a column of Narnia Lions here. Yes, so those guys do get run over. Let's keep Balthazar Gelt scurrying around the battlefield. I feel like he's pretty annoying. Let's move up into combat here, move up into combat. You Narnia Lions are going to get hit, and the mortar is back online now, so this is good, so we can start shooting at the Silverins. We have a little bit of time to work with, but Gelt routing is certainly not a step in the right direction. All right, so let's get these heavy cavalry running away, or at least charging these Narnia Lions that are coming in behind them here. And we probably should call in the mortar on the other side here to wear them down. Yeah, we need to start, you know, getting it going here. This party needs to go. Yeah, Gelt getting chased off is really bad for us. I should have unsummoned him. I figured his combat prowess, well, I guess that alone was not a good call. You know, might have been able to get it. Yeah, we're up on points. Gelt's going to get chased off. It's funny, we both kind of taken turns at chasing each other shit off the battlefield this game. So, I suppose... Ooh, where the hell did these guys come from? Goddamn! Couple Narnia lines back here. All right, that's not good. That's just like a total blunder here. Okay, we still have the other mortar, though, and a lot of man-tide moving in. Wagons are around. Let's pull these guys back, and now we're going to scoot in with all these troopers and start fighting, and hopefully get enough cap weight to flip it. Do this, and it looks like we did finally shatter those things. Jesus, for the love of the dark gods. And he's got some stuff coming from my backfield here, so I'd like to keep those online. I just invested in them, so. All right, say troopers, you guys get in. You guys get in on the top. And let's see if we can get some cap weight here, baby. Let's go. Let's get it. Balthazar Gelt's gone, but we do have the double witch hunters. So let's accuse them of heresy a little bit. And we do get the cap weight advantage. All right, that's good. That's going for us. Pistoliers, let's move up. Put a little bit of pressure on the Lord. And we also need to get more troopers. Because, yes, and we really just have to hope that he has no burning head. That's the big thing. If he has burning head, I could be in a little bit of danger. All right, so the heavy cav are back here. Let's have them come and protect this mortar. Hounds are still going, and it looks like we're flipping it back. The Witch Hunter presence, I feel, is pretty good. We do have those armor-piercing shots, which are decent, but we need to get them in combat now. All right, so troopers, and what else do we have to move in? It's basically just bodies. Let the bodies hit the floor right now. All right, those are just Reavers, so I think we should be able to get them. And cool, let's get these cavalry on the top here. And we need the man-tide to get this. Like, straight up, there's no other options. The men of Sigmar must hold, and it doesn't look like they're going to at the moment, as he gets more reinforcements arriving on the point. Okay, Pistoliers, pull back a little bit. Hug the edge of the points to try and maintain, and let's get some Empire Heavy Cavalry up there. The problem is he has that Eagle Lord, which is going to probably start routing a bunch of my Haggard troopers. Yeah, I think we just barely lose this. Damn, dude, what a blunder. I think we had this game in the bag. Granted, my opponent played really well and scrapped back super hard. But the Witch Hunters, I actually really like them. They felt like they performed well. I mean, here's the thing. Even with Gelt being gone, I don't think I hold this. I don't think I'm able to hold that, right? Let's get you guys up on the side. Pistoliers are in a full rout. I don't even have anything on my back objective right now. Mortars were good initially. Maybe they were... I should have just let them go quietly into the night and maintained the objective better. Ooh. Grenades? No, you can't really use grenades too well against tiles because of the presence of Lothern Seaguard. Lothern Seaguard just give you the dirty. Because now he's just going to wrestle my top point, and I don't really... The Empire Knights kind of get wrecked a little bit by those lions. It's a cool tech here. Still got a couple troopers fighting, but now he calls in another lion unit. All right, so the lion sleeps tonight. Let's get you guys up. You guys up on the point. See if we can stabilize that. Is there any way I can scrap back here? Yeah, the Witch Hunters were cool, though. I like them. I bet you they both got at least like 700-800 value, you know, over the course of this game. The Reavers, unfortunately, are still trolling my backfield, and we do manage to stabilize that. Is there any way I can get this? Simply don't think so. Too many pointy sticks here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so let's get up on the point. Let's get these Empire Knights in and have them charge into these Narnia Lions, which I believe are backed up by spears. Yeah, those are Silverin, so that's just an ugly fight for us. How are we looking here on the point? Looks pretty good. We're able to hold that, but we're just simply running out of time, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I could get some troopers up here, but I think they don't know if they would even arrive by the time the game gets going here. So let's go just attack into these archers here, see if we can get any freebies. One Witch Hunter. Let's accuse of heresy here. Damn guys ran out of ammo. Yeah, he actually pulled the value back on us. That burning head on my double mortar was pretty brutal. All right, so what do we got around? Halberds, yeah, they're chilling. You guys can go here and maybe try and salvage that. Man, another tough loss. That was the first one. This was a winnable game. We threw that one. I wonder what we... Yeah, the double burning head on the mortar. I need to cycle my units better. I need to just shuffle them. I felt like the infantry fights were always so hard, but that's the case with the Empire. Yeah, GG, well played. The Witch Hunters were cool. They were definitely cool. Let me message him. GG, well played. Really good comeback. That was a solid comeback. I liked the build, though. I think the build was good. Let's see what we look like on the mortar value. So one got burning headed. 700 and 1,000. Witch Hunters only 500 apiece. They did give me sustained capture weight, though. Maybe Empire Captains are better, right? Like just fighting in there. Wagons got good value. No surprises. Silver bullets with some good clean shooting. And the Pistoliers actually paid for themselves, too. GG. Well played, man. Tough game. Tough game. That was like losing your homecoming game. I think, Yeah, the grenade launchers, maybe we just need more like dudes, like more dude tide. It could be. Because I kind of ran out of like pushing power at one point. Maybe more, no, handgunners just get ranged by archers and Lotherns though. I guess like Sunmaker too could be a call-in. Like maybe I have Sunmaker in reserve, and when he runs out of what's it called? When I kill his lord the first time, I then call in the Sunmaker. But killing the lord isn't necessarily like an ideal thing for sure. Same. But Lotherns, talk with my opponent real quick. Plus Silverin, very strong. Yeah, those are always the hard thing to deal with for the Empire in that matchup is Lothern and Silverin. The Stank probably wouldn't be very good. Hey, Badger Knight, appreciate it, man. Empire's tough to play with. Yeah, no, absolutely. We'll get there, dude. We'll get there. All right, so how are we looking? Oh, wow, the whole round's finished. Holy shit. Did Yumai's correct his score? Let me see here. He did, I think. Okay, where are we at? All right, so he should have 1 win right now. Just doing a little bit of a prep here. Okay, yeah, that looks correct. Okay, so we're going to advance on to the next round. Let's get it, man. Let's get these dubs for Sigmar in the 4th quarter, because we need it. Advance the Swiss to the next round. And we are all good. Did the website explode? I don't think so. Man, we had that game in the bag. That was such a throw. Empire Source of Terror? Yeah. Maybe. Where are we at? Let's get it. Let's have some fun, dude. All right, round is live, guys. Good luck. All right, so let me get my opponent here. I don't know what they're playing. Let's find out. Good luck, have fun. Pwn, dude. That's so funny. Oh, man. Sounds good. Sounds good. Good luck, have fun. So what are we going to be playing here? Is it going to be Kislev? I sure hope not. Kislev is a brutal one for us. It feels like the meta got a lot harder for the Empire this patch. Like Beastmen, Kislev are very hard matchups. Beastmen with Zangors now, there's a lot more threats for you in your natural habitat. I don't know what my opponent's playing. We'll find out in a second. Map here is going to be... We are on the Altar of the Champion. Pretty fun map. Is it Bretonnia? I like the Bretonnian matchup. I actually feel like it's pretty fun. Oh, Chaos Dwarfs. Okay. How do we play this matchup? This is a weird one. The Chowie. I mean, obviously Chaos Dwarfs just like love their trains. That's what they live for. They love their just dreaded train legion. Bull Centaur Renders, kind of an interesting idea too. So let's get you guys ready to party. 2, 3, and 4. And probably you. Gonna be the way. Okay. Let's get that, and then we can get this character. We need a wizard. We need a Harry Potter to save us today. Okay, let's throw you there. Do this. So going to be dealing with a big nasty Chowie Lord up in the skies, most likely. All right. That looks pretty good. I think I like this build so far. And we don't really need that for any reason. Handgun Wars. You know, it's weird because the Chorfs can do they can do the train spam now too, which is pretty damn good if it can get its wheels going. You know, the trains are no joke. The double Witch Hunter here actually wouldn't be terrible against the Chowie, just like on the ground, just shooting their pistols. But maybe that's just a power fantasy for me. You know, it very well could be. You're not going to beat Chowie infantry, that's for sure. They're gonna beat you down. I mean, but they're a little bit expensive too, so you know you got that going for you. 2 and 3. And as far as the rest of the army goes, what do we want to call in? Yeah, Boris is always a good choice. He's a very strong, you know, safe lord. Okay, so I think that looks good. That looks good. All right. I finally messaged you back about. Oh yeah, sounds good, Ash. I'll talk to you in Discord after the event. Halberd and Demis. Demis are actually very risky because of the rockets. Those things can dunk on you. The Death Shriekers, if they just sit on your Demis, you're going to have a pretty bad time. So definitely I would give you a word of caution about that. That is dangerous, dangerous stuff. Okay, so how crazy are we going to go this game? How hog wild are we going to be is the question. How wild are we gonna be? 2, 3. Okay. Looks fun so far. And for the rest of our disappearing act for today, let's grab a couple of you guys in your starting core. Chowie and Empire in the pits. Yeah, it kind of feels like it. But Empire's going to get a DLC soon, so they'll be okay. They'll be just fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, let's get you guys called in. Lance Demi could be fun, but yeah, I just feel like they're a little bit risky here, to say the least. Yeah, Death Reeks are really good. Those things are just nasty, nasty. Illuminarch is really a big power fantasy here. You guys have no idea how badly I want to bring Illuminarch and just get it in there and start having fun with it. Okay, get a couple of you guys. One of these, I think, is always a good utility piece. Is this the time where the great swords finally emerge from the pits of hell? Is this it? Find out on today's episode of Dragon Ball Z. Okay, so that does feel decent. It does feel decent indeed. Of course, we have to deal with the Death Shrieks and the trains. Those are like the big things. If you can solve that equation, that quadratic formula, you'll be doing pretty good for yourself. Yeah, I saw the new Death Guard tabletop stuff. I'm pretty excited for it, man. Absolutely. They've been suffering for a long time, so I am more than happy to get it going. Please, no great swords? How dare you? How dare you say no great swords? You know you want the great swords. Okay, so these guys look about ready. Yeah, a lot of annoying stuff with the rockets. Definitely a lot of annoying stuff. All right. Don't kill my greatsword power fantasy. Don't do it, dude. You gotta just let the boy watch. Hellblaster volley gun seems fun, but they get gooned by Death Shrieks too easily, so maybe I'm just putting too much fear on the Death Shriek rocket launcher. That probably is the case in reality. What about these? Yeah, the damage on those is definitely substantial. Let's call in these bad boys. This is like a build I've been having some testing with, but I don't know how it'll work against the new Chaos Dwarves. In the previous patch, it was somewhat formidable. It could definitely do some work. Ulrika is kind of a fun pick here too, because she does bring shadow magic and can do some nice work for you, but also is a little risky. Okay, so we got you guys. Backfield's looking good. Let's just get some Man-Tide here. As always, I think the Man-Tide is welcome. And one final touch to the builds. So that's going to be 250. So let's switch you in for these. Are they really that good there? No, I don't think so. I think these guys are just subjectively better. Free Company Militia in this matchup does give you some fast push weight with the capture and their shooting. What is their shooting good against here? Not a whole lot. Does give you some utility to poke down the trains and whatnot. I could run into a triple train situation. So maybe I should just slap one of these back here and do this. Yeah, all right. I don't hate this build. It's a really fun build. Could work, could get trash canned, but you know what? That's what we're here to learn. Let's lose all our games today, baby. Let's get it. Ulrika is in PvP. Yeah. Sniping the Death Shrieks on this map is impossible because there's a big terrain piece they can hide behind. So you can use magic and other means and characters to kill them, but artillery trading, you can't. They can line of sight your cannons nonstop on the altar of the champion. So we have to put some respect on those things and just kind of accept our fate. Got them same. Big spice. Yes. All right. Cool. And let's see what we got here. All right. The Chorfs are coming. Man-Tide early. Yeah, Man-Tide's good. Man-Tide's good early. I brought a very fun build, though. This is going to be a chapter-approved build. You guys are going to love it. Win or lose. It'll be a fun one. So here we are on the altar of the champion. And you see what I'm saying? They can hide Death Shrieks behind this and shoot up and over, and you can't do anything about it. You're just like, etiquette, I'm too weak. And they get you. So you have to deal with them with other means, you know, with other tools, other tricks of the trade. My opponent trying a weird build, they said, so that's encouraging. Like, oh boy, what is this going to be? All right. So we went with a little hand cannoneer action. A lot of hand cannons because they're incredibly cool. I'm going to make them max width formation, which is normally a no-no. But in this case, I'm doing it because of Death Shrieks. If they hit them directly and they're in a bunch formation, you just lose them all, basically. So These guys can kind of chill in the back and hang out. We got Toddy. We have a Heaven's Caster for a little bit of fun, and you. Boom and boom. And these Spearmen are going to hustle up towards the top objective. So you guys are going to like the way you look. I don't know. This map's more... They added some trees. I forgot about that. So that's going to make this build slightly harder to pull off, but we'll give it our all. A 19 stack for my opponent. Okay. Handguns. Yeah, dude. Handguns are awesome. I have grenades. I got some varying pieces of equipment. And yeah, we're gonna see what we can do. Toddy hopefully will go find some value, and we're gonna play the open field here and maybe split push objective 3 with some grenades or something. I'm kind of feeling that's gonna be the case. Well, my opponent has a 19 stack, which means it's max laborers, max dwarf warriors, and probably a cheap combat lord of some sort. I don't even know how you kill Astrogoth effectively here. I do have wagons in reserve. Probably wagons are the way to kill him, I would guess. The evil Chowie Czar. Okay, so we are ready to advance for Sigmar. Sigmar's had some hard fights today, guys. We're having some hard fights. Okay, Astrogoth and what appears to be a fat stack of hobgoblins. All right, that's actually reasonably good against my build because the guns aren't going to be as good. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this. That is a lot of hobo goblins if I've ever seen them. Holy shit. No death reeks. So their own capture weight tied, which those guys do have good cap weight, mind you. They have very, very good cap weight. All right. So we need some state troopers up there, like with swords, to fight those things out of the gates, and then we call in grenade launchers after that, and just hope for the best. I could dive in, but I have to be careful not to dive into like shotgun fire. Rand's Thunderbolt is a tech against some other stuff, so we're gonna just park one Empire Knight here and see if we can grab that, and I can send one Spearman to go, like, see if we can get this objective for free too. Yeah, hand cannoneer positioning is gonna be tricky with this tree line. I'm a little bit nervous about it. Astrogoth will kick my butt in combat. So that is also another thing I'm slightly scared of. Looks like he's moving in. And we do have the old hand cannoneers. All right, so let's get you guys like creeping over there. Astrogoth chilling in the shadows now. And I think we will get our clutches on the side objective, so we just need to win one of these. This is a wild-ass build, dude. What is the call-in? Okay, it's a Death Streaker. Yeah, not surprised to see that. That's like the next evolution here. Is this the new meta for the Chaos Dwarfs? Find out today. All right, so we're going to run it and try and range that thing. And then we get some guns here. We get some guns like up here and start unleashing hell into these guys while we advance some swordsmen in. And we could push back with some Empire Cav, but looks like he's going after my caster now, so we're going to just run away. We need that thing to come closer to us. All right, so let's do that. And the handguns are now going to start shooting at the hobo goblins, and we can attack with Toddy too. And we can move you up there. And is there anything else I want to call in? Probably a grenade launcher. Yes, to start nuking these guys. I don't know where Astrogoth went. Okay, he's lurking in the back. He's lurking in the old shadows here. All right, so the side point's fine. Let's go see if I can get that for free. Just kind of test the waters a little bit. Toddy and company are getting some nice routing. We'll have our handgunners on the edge here. And these handgunners can form ranks here. Grenade launchers move up, start shooting at the cutthroats. And now it looks like Astrogoth is coming for blood. So let's get the state troopers engaged. State troopers, pull Toddy back. And we're going to see what happens here. We do have the Rand's Thunderbolt. I can do some fun stuff with that. So we're going to go try and have some hot action here. So Toddy moves back in, grenade launchers, and let's get the diving here. Let's dodge this if we can. Oh, shit. It's a hobgoblin ambush on the side. Oh, he ran into my silver bullets. That's so unfortunate for me. Oh, God. All right, so a bit of a mass rout here. Mantide's doing okay. Grenades, let's just keep shooting away wherever we can into these filthy blobs. And our heavy cav did get on top of the death streaks, and it looks like Bull Centaur renders were called in, so we just like run away now. We basically just peel out. This is a pretty unfortunate one for us. Those little sneaky gits over there, able to do some work, and yeah, just keep grenade launching all day, every day. And the Bull Centaur renders have done it. They have pushed us back, and now we can go ahead and do the Uranin sniping. So if you guys haven't seen this before, you can actually snipe artillery pieces using Uranins, but I think my opponent's going to dodge in time. We'll see. And is it going to happen? Oh, for some reason it didn't hit. That's too bad. All right, back you go into the fight, and let's start focusing on the epicenter of combat once again. The hand cannoneers need to move up and start shooting, and you guys need to go here. Let's get the Mantide going, and we have managed to route back the Chowie Czar lines to an extent. Let's get some oh, more ambushing, really? Okay, this is getting pretty crunk. Coming around the backfield of my army, these are sneaky gits, so they, of course, will do pretty good against us, but let's move you guys this way, and then you guys can shoot at Astrogoth, and we do wrestle that objective. Very good, so set up shop. Toddy's chilling. We do have that double cap here, and we got the blasting scroll, so we're just gonna kind of hide back here for now. I don't know why that didn't work so well for us. Yeah, Astrogoth's getting shot a little bit, and we do manage to collapse on the back of these guys. Let's get some shots into them and move these guys up here. Grenade launchers, how are we looking? Empire Knights, let's just tie up Astrogoth and get these grenades to continue hustling. Toddy should get a tear out on these laborers here, and on the far side, we're looking okay. So let's see how this is going here. We can try it. I guess it has to be like a direct hit. It used to work. I don't know if they patched it or something, but that used to be a thing that you could do that. So let's get you here. Let's get Toddy to peel these guys off. State Troopers at the ready, General. Astrogoth is trapped, which is exactly what we want, and we need to secure this side point here. So let's do this, and get some swordsmen moving up. Cannon doesn't really serve much of a purpose. Yeah, there we go. We hit it that time, see? See, now the Deathstreak rocket launcher is wavering. That's exactly what we're looking for. So if we can get that thing offline, we're going to be in great shape. All right, hustle over here. Toddy able to get the route of the gods. Let's go route these goblins off the edge of the map. And in the meantime, we need to move up and re-secure this point a little bit. Grenades, do it. Shoot at these bulls here. And wow, that's quite a big flank over there. That is pretty heavy duty. All right, so let's get you up. You guys can engage against those gobos. And we just need to secure this other engagement here. And the Deathstreak rocket launcher is now routed. That's a huge, huge win for us, like colossal win. So State Troopers, let's move you Huntsmen over this way. We do get the mass route on the edge of the map, so now that's good, and we can kind of keep pushing up. State Troopers at the ready, General. Bull Centaur Renders giving us the dirty, so we need to get all of our guns to bear on those Bull Centaur Renders if we can. And let's see if we can get another layer of guns as the swordsmen make their way back towards the objective here. And Toddy and company should be able to get some fat routes. All right, so how are we looking here? A little bit messy. I could start calling in wagons. I think I'm going to save up for the for just wagons, yeah, to be able to summon a couple of them at once. All right, back you go. Empire Knights come and clean up the chaff here, and this is good. I think we secure the top objective right now. The Deathstreak rocket launcher, unfortunately, has returned. Let's go ahead and see if we can nail that before my opponent notices. Take that down. Huntsman and company doing okay here. Let's get the swordsmen going, and now we can get the wagons. Oh, shit, that's a cannon. That is a cannon. All right, well, it could be worse. We'll shoot here and hope for the best. I might just have given my opponent a ton of free value, though, so... You know, super good, super good. All right, Toddy, let's do it. And this thing is shut down again. Let's get Toddy back over here to help out a little bit. Thankfully, he hasn't noticed the cannon, which is good because that would not be solid. Get this, get some wagon fire going up into these bad boys. And over here, we got your boy Foghorn Leghorn looking to cause some havoc. But we got a nice little stranglehold on the objectives for sure. And Toddy's coming back and hopefully can get some routes on these guys. Could even go after Astrogoth, mind you. All right. So who let the dogs out? Find out today. Cannon's still shooting away, and this wizard needs to retreat now. We have taken out the Deathstreak rocket launcher, which is a huge win for us. Let's get on these laborers, get you, have you intercept, and just cut down whatever we can. And Toddy might be able to get some routes here. Let's go ahead and fan out our guns. And we need to get these hobo goblins here. Do we have anything? We do have some wagons that could roadblock them, I guess. All right, so we're going to roadblock with the wagons, do this, and get these handgunners turning about face and shooting them. Maybe that will save the cannon in the backfield, which I would like to get some value from, mind you. Huntsman, shoot here. Swordsman on the other side grinding it out. We do have a little Thunderbolt action, so let's do that. Nuke those guys. Swordsman here. Let's go ahead and battle it out. And it looks like Foghorn Leghorn is actually dying to Toddy. So that's a nice one for us. How we hang into the middle. Might end up losing that one. I believe this fight looks good, though. Yeah, we did route them off. So the cannon is back online. So at least it's something. Let's get the cannon back on and have it start shooting at the Bull Centaur Renders. Shoot the Bull Centaur Renders here. And that Uranan's Thunderbolt, man, that did the work of the gods on that far side point. Jeez. All right, grenades, back in business. Unsummon you. Actually, unsummoning is a foolish idea when you actually can straight up line of sight something. Astrogoth taking the fight, but it's not going super hot for him. In the middle, the Bull Centaur Renders are being pretty chad. They're certainly a tough unit to remove, but we do get that point. And now we can move up with the... these guys as well. All right, grenades. Let's get on the Chaos Dwarf Warriors here. Keep going after these Bull Centaur Renders. Shoot them with the guns. Toddy needs to probably retreat right now, otherwise he could be in some danger. Let's get the wagons. 1, 2, 3. Put them in fort. Come over here and maneuver over to support the Toad Bringer. The Bringer of Toads is upon us. So side objective looks to be ours. We do have a couple cutthroats making their way there. Let's get some State Troopers moving up. You guys need to do your thing. And we do have another Thunderbolt in a second. So Toddy, move in. Let's get you to go here. Finish these guys off. Wagons do their thing. Let's surround Foghorn Leghorn. The points are close enough that I can afford to lose some objectives for a minute. If it means that, you know, I'm succeeding elsewhere on the battlefield. And yeah, we're going to lose that high ground one. Here it looks like there's a reasonably sized push on the way. What can I call in to help there? We have a couple dudes coming soon. Coming soon to a theater near you. Grenades? Yeah, grenades over there in that isolated situation will be very good. Bull Centaur Renders are off the battlefield. Let's snipe Foghorn Leghorn here. And let's get the handgunners putting a little bit of DACA into these Chaos Dwarf Warriors while the Spearmen try their best. Cannon, we need to shoot. These guys are going to try and rush past us. So I think it would be best if that was dealt with. All right, Swordsman, go around here. Let's get you guys grenade launching and call some spears in. Do we have any Vanguard spears? We do not, obviously. So no spears out of the Vanguard. Huntsmen aren't shooting anything at the moment, but Toddy and company do overwhelm that position. And Astrogoth is going to die here. He's going to go down, which is going to tank the Chowie leadership and then give us a pretty big leg up, I would say. Yeah, honestly, my build was not good against this build my opponent brought, but thankfully, you know, we were able to get some good value from the grenade launchers and all that other sort of good stuff. So that's good. We got that going for us. All right. How are we looking? Couple tattered Empire Knights. Let's go sweep the side objectives if we can. Wagons need to go to the middle, and hopefully these spearmen will salvage these grenade launchers who, is that mode on? I don't know why that was always on. That's so weird. All right. Do we have anything out of Vanguard? Should have brought some free company, probably. All right, so we do have Empire Knights. Let's get Empire Knights up and have them help secure the side objective here. We can shoot at the Chowie. And Foghorn is now fallen, so that's pretty solid for us. And gunners shoot these guys off the edge of the map, although it looks like they're shattered. So let's move up, do a little unsummoning here. And now we wrestle the middle from the Chowie. And shouldn't be too hard. I think we get it. Spearman on the way over. How's our caster doing? Is it still alive? It is. So we need to wait for a good Uranid's Thunderbolt opportunity. That spell's actually pretty underrated. It can do some nice work. All right, you're up. You're up to the middle. And I think we got this game in the bag. We have a good value lead. I know I thought that last time too, but I legitimately think we have this one now. Cool build. It was like a super wide one. I had the Sunmaker in reserve too. Never got a chance to bring that out. All right, let's move you up here. Empire Knights, ride these guys down. Prepare for another Uranid's Thunderbolt of Doom. As we just hammer into these sneaky gets, move the spears up to support. Grenades and company. Wagons can probably move over here. Toddy can just continue routing these guys off. And spearmen move up on the point. Grenades come over here. And yeah, looking okay so far. Looking okay. How are we doing? All right, Uranid's Thunderbolt. I don't want to kill my own units, but I need to find a pocket where they're bunched up. You guys will see it. It does actually a surprising amount of damage if they stay still. You can snipe artillery pieces with it, all sorts of goodies. And no, that's going to mess them up. Oh, yeah, buddy. Let's go. That was a good one. That was a good one indeed. All right, State Troopers. Even though we're going to pay a premium, it's okay. Cannon doesn't have too many targets. We sweep the side objective now from the Chowie. And I think we got it. Sigmar still got some fight in him. He just needs to fight the haggard Pit Lord factions like the Chowie, and we'll be okay. Okay, let's ride these guys down. Let's do this. And on the other side, do you have the swordsman moving across? Yeah, the terror route from Toddy was very clutch here. Like, especially just able to push a lot of these off. We do have the Deathstreaker back, which we can go kill potentially again. So Spearmen are there. GG, well played. All right, still got it. Still got it. Well, factions with weak infantry can win, but yeah, having good quality infantry is definitely a staple in Dom mode. I mean, even in land battle too, but a little less so. That's a wild build, a mass hobo goblin build, just like an objective rush build. The Empire has good tools against infantry spam though. You got grenades and you got Toddy terror routing. The handgunners were dog shit though, but they would have been good if my opponent had gone with a train build, had gone with like a monster build. You know, it would have been a little something. So, all right, GG. See if we can get another win to close it out. I think we have some decent chances. Let's do this and this. Report score. Sons of Sigmar versus the Chaos Dwarfs. Or the Chowie here on the very bottom. Okay. All right. Let's get it, dude. Let's get it. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I was expecting triple train. That's what I thought was going to happen. Because that's like the meta for Chaos Dwarfs right now, for sure. GG, well played. Yeah, they are tough at the moment. All right. So we have a couple to finish. I might have time for a land battle. Although I could save my steam for the next one. Granted, it looks like there's still a hell of a lot of games going. So if you guys want to do a quick land battle game, it'll be called Turin LB. Come join the fun. Let's see what you guys got. First come, first serve. Anybody's welcome to join. And we will do the... what map do we want to do? Oh, we're doing land battle, that's right. We'll do Galbaraz. It's a classic land battle map from the days of old. All right, there we go. So what do you want to play on land battle? Yeah, hobgoblins are a bad unit. They are. They're a little overcosted. You pay almost 600 gold for one, and you know you can get an ogre. You can get an ogre bull for the same price as a hobgoblin, which is just absurd. Just absolutely absurd. We got Catholic in here looking for round 2. All right, what are we gonna do? Who do we want to play? Is the question. A little Dork Elf action, huh? All right, I'm down to party with some Dork Elves. Let's play the Chowie. I want to play a little Chowie action. So feel free to repick if you don't like this Catholic. That's fine. Sounds good. Okay, so Professor Pone here. Let's go ahead and do this. Talking to Pone right now. All right, so we're going to drop Pone. I just got to do a little editing on the score. And prepare for the bear. Need to do that. Okay. So frontliners. Land battle's a little different. We don't got to worry about capture weight. Yeah, the Death Reek did not do much. We had a good counter for it. You know, we had the what's it called? The glorious piece of equipment that its name is eluding me right now. Okay, so I think I've kind of like got an idea for what we might start seeing from the Chaos Dwarves. Like, I think there's some tricks that people aren't really capitalizing on at the moment. Maybe, just maybe, we'll see it. All right, so let's do this. Let's do a little of that. Cut that. That looks good. And now we want to get one of you in the backfields. Maybe just this is fine. And then we need some probably infantry staying power. Although, do we really need infantry staying power here against the Dark Elves? I guess it wouldn't hurt. I guess it would not hurt. One of these, and then probably cut 2 of these to get a couple Chowie infantry. Good. Release the Chowie. And 1 more labor. Yep, the build looks good to me. Oh, baby. Talk dirty. We got that sweet, sweet 0 spend right there. That's what I'm talking about. God, it's the good stuff. I don't know how we do against the Hobo Goblin Riders. Kind of an interesting idea. All right. I feel like Chowie are definitely better on land battles. Pone and I are chatting together. We're both like, yep, we got wrecked by ogres. We paid the price. Our hubris. All right, let's refresh this. Okay. I'm ready. My opponent should probably ready up soon because we need to get this battle underway if we want to make it for the round. Still 5 games going. There's always going to be one. Oh, the ogre players ended up facing each other, guys. Look. You ready? We got Tim the Wilder and Subutai duking it out. The 2 ogre players. they deserve each other. Oh, man, that's funny. All righty. Okay, let's get it, man. So yeah, I think the next single faction tournament, I know I have a hard-on for playing bad factions, but I do want to play the Chaos Dwarfs and see if we can make some builds work, like some weird things. I mean, you'd think they have some... No, I'm not streaming that Ogre Mirror, dude. Why would you wish that on the stream, dude? I feel like everybody here is having a good time. We're all enjoying each other's company, and you're here asking for the most dreaded mirror of all time. Oh, no, dude. That, you know, like, how awful that is? Like, you just can't tell what's happening. It's just like... So we got the malign authority on these guys. Cathay is good. Yeah, Cathay's good. I think Cathay can win a single faction tournament. 100%. They feel great. Okay. Let's do this. Get a couple of you guys. We have our double death shrieks, which are just amazing. We got the flamethrower train, these guys, and then these as well. All right. Yeah, Chowie, here's the thing. Chowie players were playing like a whole patch of them being like really OP and using bugged units. Maybe people will start to figure out some tech, you know? I feel like that is going to happen at some point. So let's go ahead and nuke here and go ahead and nuke here. Get this going and yeah, let's have some fun. All right, so we're going to scoot up a little bit. Foghorn Leghorn's going to go. Death Shrieks are going to go spray fire mode, and they actually do a considerable amount of damage. We just got to watch out. Oh, it's Crone Hellebron. Okay, Hellebron James. Nice, nice. Not too worried about the diving in the backfield. Should be able to juke the shades. Oh yeah, dude. Look at those moves. Got the moves like Jagger, dude. All right. So how's the spray fire mode looking? It's kind of struggling a little bit. Let's just take out that Reaper Bolt thrower. That should be an easier one for us. Let's shoot with Crone Hellebron. Move forward with the train, and we got the Bull Centaur Renders here. And they're looking good. So yeah, we should be able to wreck that bolt thrower pretty hard. Let's pull you back. Move the train over. Just kind of keep juking, and that thing's going to get absolutely plowed, I think. We'll find out. Oh, train! Yeah, okay. So the Death Shrieker is on its way out, which is good for us. Oh my god, look at this. Good thing we have Hashit's Dark Ravagers here, dude. The dreaded Hashit's Dark Ravagers. All right, I like that. Let's pull you back. We need to keep these things alive. We'll move over here with you. And these guys do have throwing weapons, which is pretty funny. Can start shooting these. And uh-oh. I could be in trouble if I lose my death streaks. I really could. I really could. All right, so Bull Centaurs chasing them back. Thankfully, both death streaks are online. Albeit very beat up, they're still going strong, and cool. So those guys get chased off, and we can engage with the Chowie in the front and see what happens. All right. So Hashit's Dark Ravager is cackling with their ranged poke, which is really funny. And yeah, we need to finish off that bolt thrower to make sure our stuff survives. All right, let's pop more power. Let's get the trainer rolling. Let's get the Hashit's Dark Ravagers getting ready to party. Hoping I can get in and just crump some shades. You know, that's going to be the play here. All right, so we're going to drop the first one. Oh, God, those shades are doing so much damage. Oh, that's going to nail them, though. Oh, yeah, dude. Give it to me. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Bull Centaurs, we do this. Let's get you guys up. I'm pretty sure I've lost this game already. With my big guy getting taken down like this, I'm like, oh, God, dude. It's all bad news bears. All right, so those guys are going to get in position, and we need you guys to keep shooting them if possible. Have you guys go after this. And yeah, unfortunately, that one bolt thrower has owned us like super hard. I'm actually very surprised it went down like that, but it is what it is. All right, Chowie Warriors, you keep doing your thing. Train, keep moving, and looks like a little Pit of Shades action on my guns, which is very foul. And yeah, my Death Freaks actually lost that. Holy shit, I was not expecting that. This is all falling apart. I mean, the train is just getting absolutely obliterated. Foghorn is trying his best to carry this game. But a good thing it's quick, though, because we can get on to the next match. Oh, I forgot to switch to Spray Fire mode. That's partially why. Yeah, I needed some Hobo Goblins, dude. This was just too many elite units, like expensive centerpieces just getting absolutely plowed. All right, Bull Centaur Renders, try your best. You guys pull back and defend what's left of my shitty backfield here. And this did not go well. Holy shit. My build sucked. Oh my god, this was a disaster. This was just such a disaster, dude. All right, let's get to the next round. Holy shit, that was horrible. The Chad bolt thrower, I thought I would kill it, but it killed my shit. Yeah, what is this? Let me message him. Let's see. I don't know where he is. GG. That build did not work. All right, so where are we at? So next up, let's go to the tournaments. It was a good thing it was quick, though, because I think the next round's ready to start. Where are we at? SFT tournament. Okay, going into the tournament. Yep, perfect timing. And now we are ready to advance to the next round. So let's advance to Swiss. Dude, that train got crunked so hard. Who do we got in our pit fight round? We got Commissar Planet. Commissar Planet, I think, was doing pretty well in the last tournament. All right, so let's do this. Find Commissar. And where's our opponent here? All right. So where are we at? Oh, I guess Dark Elves are S tier in land battle too. That's what I've heard. Commissar. All right, good luck, have fun. Let's get them in there. I don't know what they're playing. The map here is going to be, oh god, is it Celestial Lake? No, Chateau de Roquefort. Okay. So we go to Dom, go to Chateau de Roquefort, and we get it. Yes. Perfect. Cafe. Cool. So let's get our beloved Sons of Sigmar. Close out today's event with a solid game. Got to give it our all. This is a pretty open-ish map, so we can do some tricks here. Waiting for our opponent to join us. And then we'll be casting the semis and all that sort of good stuff. Perfect. Yep, looks like even amount of matches. Everybody's playing it out. I'm just waiting for Commissar. We're playing a new map. It's Chateau right now. This is one of our new ones. Yeah. It is time. What is he playing, though, Commissar? Is he playing Bretonnia? Bretonnia is always a fun one. It's true. I should have brought double blue scribes. Yeah, that's really the... Oh, greenskins. Holy shit. Haven't played this one in a hot minute. Well, we know what to expect here. It's going to be a big sweaty Wurzag blob with all the good stuff we know and love. Okay. So we got that. You got to go Toddy here. I better get my screen blocker up too. Toddy's an auto take. He's just stupid powerful in this matchup. But I do think this is greenskin favored nowadays, but I still think we can win it. Okay, that looks good. Looks good to me. And yeah, the frontline fight is always just like gnarly. It's heavy duty. Gets out of control real quick like. Okay, let's do that. We could try something fun here too. I'm trying to remember what Chateau looks like off the top of my head so I can contour my build to be adequate against these bad boys. Okay, throw that in reserve. For the frontliners, I don't like to put good infantry in front of the greenskins because I feel like they just crump you. I feel like they have a little bit too much fun at your expense if you give them anything good. Any other heroes ideal? Not really. They're just going to get crumped in the front line. Yeah? Are we doing it? Yeah, who cares? We're not trying to win this tournament. We'll do some fun stuff. We'll do some fun stuff. Hell yeah, dude. Hadries knows what's up. God, am I gonna lose this because of you, Hadries? Probably. Like, I feel confident in this matchup otherwise. No, we're not doing... I actually want to close out on a good game, you know? Not some pit lord game. just getting dunked on, dude. No, thank you. I want to have a chance of winning. Okay. 1, 2, 3 out of reinforcements. No, we have plenty of Australians in our tournaments. I mean, we used to. I haven't seen too many around, but yeah, I mean, come join the fun, dude. Come get in. Come party. That's what it's all about. Grenades are really good here, yeah. Usually, I would say the sweet spot for grenades is probably just 2. You just want to bring 2 of those, and you're going to be laughing it up all the way to the bank. We can bring one of you out as a sweeper piece, and then this as well. Yeah, bringing like standard missiles is very risky because greenskins can definitely compromise your missile positions really hard. It's 4 AM in Germany. I don't want to sleep. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry we got you up so late. But don't worry, I'll make this a fun one. This is going to be pretty standard meta for myself, I would say. Maybe a slightly off meta in some regards. Oh god, you guys don't know how bad I wish I could have brought a Luminarch today. That would have just been just the ultimate glory. If we could get a sweet, sweet Luminarch in there, just having a good old fun time. 1 and 1. And then yeah, I guess that's fine. Or do we really need these? Yeah, I think you need those. They're really good. Gotrek and Felix. Empire Captain just gets eaten. As much as I would like to have a cool Empire Captain tech or Warrior Priest, they need to be reworked. They're both like just really poorly designed. Like the Warrior Priest, they should give more. They just don't do enough. Halberds here. Yeah, I would consider playing Cathay in one of these. I'm trying to, you know, in the past couple I was trying to learn new factions. Today I'm trying to learn, relearn some of my core factions that I really like to play, but we will see. God, that 200 gold left sucks, dude. Definitely sucks. Just an awkward amount of money. All right, Spearman, Spearman, and Spearman. I think that's a little bit of a better build. And cool. All right, good luck, have fun to my opponent. Let's get it, man. Luminarch and Steam Tank, the only matchup in which I think you could potentially get away with that might be Vampire Counts. Like if they just go infantry spam and you could like snipe their corpse guards. I was able to defeat some good Vampire Counts players using the Luminarch. Like that was the first time I beat Void Lulls was with the Luminarch. Yeah, it was a long time ago. How often? I stopped playing tabletop when I moved to the city I live in. There's not too many people who play here, but when the old world eventually comes out, the tabletop game, I'll start doing videos of that on the channel. Well, the Empire probably is going to get a big makeover in the next DLC. Hopefully it doesn't cost $25. Or if it does, they should, triple the content. No, double Witch Hunter is probably not. Not in this matchup. Because they're just squishy. Like, it's okay to do against High Elf Infantry because they don't have a ton of killing power, But, yeah. Not today. Okay, so yeah, this map's okay for artillery. It's not amazing. We are Sigma's heirs. Ready! So we just got our battle lines ready to party. That's pretty much it. And then we got Toddy, Bright Wizard, but we're going to get our wagons up. Wagons you need against like trolls and Boar Boy Biggins. Otherwise you have kind of a ugly time of it. But no real guns for them to compromise. So that's something. Oh, you guys didn't want to watch a screen blocker the entire battle? Are you sure about that? You sure about that? All right. Grenade launchers are really good. They're one of the few units that probably are in okay shape. Wagons are very good. Wagons are kind of the glue that holds the Empire together, in my opinion. Yeah, they just, a lot of their stuff's pretty dated. It still can compete and win, Like, we almost beat a very good High Elf player earlier. One of the top players on the leaderboard. We almost beat their High Elves with Empire, right? It's like, it's close. Just need a little bit more. It'll cost $30 for 6 units. Oh, God. Don't put that evil on us, dude. All right, so the spear line's moving up, and we got our wagon brigade, so we need to go bully them a little bit while we can. This is a good Sunmaker spot. It can cover these 2 objectives. Holy shit, that is a wah of wahs. Okay, so what I'm going to do, since he's got a huge flanking force in the bushes over there, is I am going to switch to this side. And we're going to just maneuver over this way and call in our reinforcements from here. Because you can see he's got a ton of shit over there, which is not fun. All right, let's go see what freebies we can get. Call the Empire Knights. You're going to move there too. And we're going to just let him have objective 3. We don't want any of that shit. Yeah, it's basically just squig herds and orc boys. Which with Wurzag, it's pretty juiced. Because these orc boys suddenly are rocking like 40 melee attack and they're just going bananas. They're just like, ah. All right, Knights of the Blazing Sun are pretty badass here. They tend to wreck squigs and orc boys, so you give them. You get them up there and you have some fun. So very meta greenskin build, nothing out of the ordinary. We see the ambush. Let's move forward, see what we can poke with the wagons. Maybe my opponent pulls back. Maybe I get a little bit of a freebie action. I'll take whatever. Spearman, let's get you over here. And yeah, if we can rampage some squigs out of the gates, that'd be pretty sweet. Got to be careful not to get Toddy trapped up though on those squigs. That would be really bad. Just snipe Wurzag, easier said than done. He's got snares, he's got like a lot of protection. It can get pretty ugly pretty quick. Oh shit, he brought Grom the Paunch, what a Chad! Okay, that's pretty epic. Grom's something, you know, he's a menace. Can certainly get through infantry and do some work. How are those squigs not rampaged yet though, jeez. They're hanging in there like absolute beasts. All right, let's get these Knights of the Blazing Sun under here and you guys under here. Looks like maybe there's gonna be an attempted charge. Let's get these wagons running away. And now it looks like there are some haggard wolf riders here. This is why I didn't bring much like range to protect, because greenskins are so good at swarming. Some old school shit right here. All right, so those are squig hoppers. We'll countercharge with Knights of the Blazing Sun, which will absolutely destroy them, and Grom should get wrecked here. Let's continue pulling you guys back, and cool. So that's an ideal charge for us. Can move in there, and just keep these wagons rolling. Move the spears up to fight these guys. And Grom's rolling kind of dirty on us. I'm not gonna lie, he's getting his jollies off. But overall, I would say the initial engagement is good. Picking off a squig hopper out of the gates is a big win for us. All right, wagons, let's go. We got the burning head, so let's just look for opportunities to get that. Wolf riders here, and we just need to find a burning head opportunity, which we don't really have one yet. I'm more than happy to just fight in this blob fight, you know? I think that's going to be the way. All right, guys, charge, get the spears in here, and now we have an opportunity to burning head. Let's do it just like that. At the very least, it's going to tank their leadership, right? So that's good for us. All right, Knight of the Blazing Sun. Let's get you out, and we just got a fat burning head on their blob there. So the wall is going to be coming down soon, so it's definitely not meta greenskins. Grom is okay, though. He's disruptive. I mean, like, he would be probably a decent lord pick if Wurzag didn't exist, you know? All right, so that's fight's okay. Let's get some free company militia moving up to press this point. Let's pull the wagons back. Just let the spearmen do their thing. The other Knights of the Blazing Sun are in pretty good shape. Let's go hammer these wolf riders down. Meanwhile, we keep chasing Grom the Paunch, shooting him with what's left of our wagons. And yeah, we gotta get here. All right, Knights of the Blazing Sun, maybe turn around, surround Grom, get the kill. Maybe he goes to fight, we're not sure, but we'll countercharge him there. Pin in Grom with our knights, and then we just wagon him down, and then the greenskin leadership probably won't be able to hold against that. All right, so those orc boys are a problem. We need to get our burning headcaster over here. And grenade launchers are probably our next call-in now that we've kind of secured the open field here. We got Grom the Paunch taking mass fire damage, which is not what he wants. Unsummon. And our troopers are still pushing up in the middle, and we do have another burning head. So let's go ahead and pop that right down the pipe there. And there's the Wah. So the Wah is going to be kicking in. That's going to be some big DPS. But with Grom dying, I don't see too many chances for them here. I think it's going to be a little bit too hard. Burning head there did some solid damage. And yeah, we got the pick on his lord, which against greenskins is often a death sentence. It's definitely not going to be great for you. All right, so let's go after these orc boar boys with our Knights of the Blazing Sun. We can pull Toddy over here, get the wagons providing a little bit of support. Empire Knights can kind of keep holding it down here. And on the backside, we can do a little bit of a cheeky grenade launcher play. Start nailing down those units and planning ahead for the long game. I am, triple capped up right now, but yeah, that pick on Grom is going to be pretty sweet. I don't know if he's going to be able to get away. Maybe so. All right, so Toddy's in there. Hopefully we can wear down these boar boys. Middle objective grind is going good. Let's do that, and we can go ahead and get you moving over too to press that point. Now that we have enough of a lead here, and I think we flipped this objective here. We'll have to find out. I'm glad I didn't bring any static artillery. He would have just swarmed it so easily. All right, so those gobos get routed. Let's go ahead and unsummon you guys so I don't make the same mistake I did earlier, running out of units. This objective goes to us, and on the middle, how are we looking? Pretty good. All right. Yep, just keep it up. Get the Knights of the Blazing Sun to come back and pound these guys. With Toddy's help, should be pretty easy. War wagons shoot the Swamp Things, and Grom the Paunch is still not dying. I mean, he is a raid boss. He's very, very tough to kill, so, you know, got to put some respect on that name. Let's start shooting the Swamp Things. The trolls need to pay the troll toll. All right, Toddy, let's come in and make sure Grom actually dies. If he ends up living, I'm going to feel pretty bad here. Swamp Things will also probably have a hard time versus the Knights of the Blazing Sun. Looks like a little scrap launcher action in the back. All right, more grenades, more grenades, more grenades. All right, so let's do this. You guys creep up on this point. You keep chasing those orc boys with your big, fancy, futuristic technology. And Crumpin is going down. We still have Grom surrounded. He's healing through a lot of this damage, but these guys are already up to about 1,000 value. All right, so where are we at? Let's do a Burning Head right there. All right, and do a little bit of this also. And move you guys up on the point together. Burning Head will probably break the back of those Greenskin Infantry. Our free company here are a little bit isolated, but it looks like Swamp Things are going to go down. Calling Ziltner's Reiksguard next is to reinforce. Let's unsummon you guys, get a fresh pool of knights in there. Some sort of witchcraft going down to the other side. But yeah, they're really out of steam right now. This game's pretty much over. We doubled their value and the Lord is dead. So I don't see any way they're going to be able to come back. All right, grenades, move up. And Grom is he's still cackling, man. He's still hanging in there like a true champ. But what are these, Savage Orcs? Yeah, Savage Orcs are going to get folded up. All right, spears. And you move up to the point. Grenades. Take these guys down. Ziltner's Reiksguard called in next. We got free company holding down that objective. Doesn't look like there's any split pushing coming. And we're going to go for a big epic. This is, oh man, if I only had enough WOM for that, we could have gotten the sweet Burning Head charge combo with Knights of the Blazing Sun. It looks super cool when it goes down. All right, heavy cavalry, let's go. And yeah, we got a Burning Head soon. Let's get the wagons to move in and charge and protect our free company. Pull back a little bit, and then we switch over here and charge these guys down. And that's it, GG. All right. All right, then. That was a quick one. It was a quick one. So 2-2 today, not bad. You know, considering we played 2 top 5 players and almost won one of them, I would call that a decent performance. Pink is also a very strong player, our Chaos Dwarf opponent, but they were experimenting with builds. So not a bad performance for Sigmar. You know, he'll take the scraps today. He'll take the scraps today. So now we're going to be casting the next rounds, the semifinal and grand final, which might take some time. So we'll play some land battles in the meantime and try and bring good builds. All right, so let's do that. Let's do that. All right, that's here, and that's going to be with Empire versus the Greenskins. So that build would have been harder to deal with if it had been Wurzag, but I still think the beginning went well enough that we were able to get it. You need the Magistrate? Okay, I can do some Magistrate action. I got you. GG, well played. All right. Perfect. And let's get it. All right. So anybody wants to come in and do a land battle, I will have it. Turn land battle right now is open, and we can just play some casual land battle games while we wait. While we wait. Lost Isle, Oakenshield. Oakenshield's still kind of a classic, isn't it? I don't know what that looks like anymore. Oh, this is Domination. I was like, Oakenhammer is what I was thinking of. Let's go ahead and do... I don't really know the good land battle maps, so we'll just kind of throw these down. Just use the disgusting Cathay box. Do you use community bug fix for mods for tourneys? No, we don't. We usually, you know, we'll just have restrictions on bugged units. Please use Skaven. Skaven are fun. I feel like we do need... Cathay is like S tier in land battle, though. I don't know if I really want to play an S tier faction. I'm kind of thinking we could do a little... I don't know. Who do we never play? We never play Lizardmen. Let's get these bad boys some love. I literally never play them. Okay. So spots open. You need the Total Tavern map pack to play, though, because that's the current version of the game I have open. Yeah, cool, man. Sadly, my game is updating. Oh, no worries. No worries. There's going to be plenty more tournaments. I'm having an absolute great time with this game. That is for sure. For all its faults, I really look forward to the tournaments. It's fun. Would you play Three Kingdoms? I don't really have much interest in Three Kingdoms because the multiplayer for it sucks really bad. So to me, that doesn't seem like it's like worth my time. I don't know. I don't know, man. Game's open. Anybody's welcome in. Taking a look here. Let's see how we're looking across the realm. Our game is really fast, so we're going to have a good 20-30 minutes probably before we get to the next round. Take one chameleon stalker and have them earn themselves in. I think that's doable. I think it's very doable. If you catch like a missile unit or an artillery piece unprotected, you can definitely get your value. All right. Oh, well, the units are expensive until we got Evil Gandhi here. All right, what are you going to play? Bretonnia, eh? All right, I like it. I can respect the Bretonian. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of this. I'm going to do something weird, though, and see if we can make it work. Okay, so Bretonia is going to have cavalry units, which is no surprise. So we need to get some Unga Bunga up in here if we can. That looks good for a starting army. Tic-Tac-Toe feels a little bit janky. Oh, he's switching to Grand Cathay. Okay, so he wants to win. He's playing for keeps, baby. Grand Cathay does not mess around. They are insanely good. Okay, so I need to bring a strong build here then. I can't just bring a mean build. He's playing Grand Cathay. Grand Cathay is S tier in land battle. They're very, very good. Okay, let's get you guys. A couple of these in the wings. He's probably going to be in a box, I would imagine. So we need to watch out for that. What other stuff can I do here? So cannons. Yeah, there's going to be cannons. There's going to be some sneaky. For our caster, what do we want to bring? I would like to bring deliverance of pizza, but I would like to deliver some pizza to Grand Cathay, but, you know, easier said than done. Okay, I think I like that opening so far. Slans feel risky because of the cannons, so I don't know how I feel about that. Could get your boy here. All right. Then we need to get a caster of some sort. So we have a choice between heavens and beasts if we don't go for a slan. Both seem reasonable. And let's get this. Get that. And just have you on foot, I think is going to be the play. Do we want any like chameleon skinks or anything like that? I don't know. Croxagores seem good against Cathay too. They definitely seem like they have some sweet tools. You get one of these. Yes. So a cannon box is kind of what I'm expecting right now. I'm thinking there's going to be some fat cannon scheming. That would be what to expect here. Way of healing those feels pretty bad. Dinos without healing feels weird. I wish the Coatl, yeah, I think it hides ground units, so it's not going to be able to hide anything of substantial value. Like we were thinking air units, right? Okay, so got you guys. That opens up a little bit of money. What if he brought a fire rain box? I mean, we could be in danger for sure. Fire rain rockets are pretty solid. I mean, yeah, they're good. The Master of the Skies, Mask of Heavens. Okay, that only affects flying units. Okay, that's not bad. We can slap that in there. And for you, is there anything we want to spend this money on that gives us power recharge? Okay. Maybe a cheap one of those wouldn't be a terrible idea to throw in also. All right. I don't hate this build. Feels all right. Let's fire it up, man. St. Blackwater, Bok Bok, yes. Yes, we're gonna be making those sounds, hopefully, and celebrating. Okay, checking the round to make sure we're not waiting around. Shredder of Lustria against Grand Cathay feels too risky. Because he's going to have a box, most likely. Let's see how the tournament's looking, by the way. Tim the Wilder probably going to be undefeated on his ogres. And then Plidden is there, Blood Penguin, Hadri, Subutai. Handful of players. It's going to be a pretty sweaty top four here today. All right, Gandhi, I need you to ready up, man. We don't have too much time. We don't have too much time. The battle must commence. This is what you've been training for all your life. Coming in and karate chopping me with the dreaded Cathay blimp box, I believe. Come on. Ready it up. You can do it. Do it. 100%. Drum box? Yeah, drum box would be pretty good. Definitely is not bad at all. And it's go time. All right. I think our build's pretty good. I don't really play lizards. Land battle's a very different beast, too, than Dom. That's what I certainly don't envy the one employee they have doing balance for battles, because, like, they are juggling feedback from land battle players and from Dom players, and it's such a different game. Like, I'm sure people in land battle, like, want to nerf Harmony in Grand Cathay, whereas if you nerf that in Dom, they're just going to be, like, tank down, you know? Hell yeah. Good job, Kane. Good job. I went 2-2 myself. Glad to see that you carried the banner for us. Brother, tell me where in the world you got this art. My wife did it. Yeah, she just drew that. My wife's she's an artist, so she can do all kinds of cool stuff. Drawing, making things, crafting, fabricating. You don't have the Cathay expansion, huh? Oh god, please don't be a laggy game. For the love of the dark gods. Looking at how the top 4 is going to be going. Still no final top 4 yet. Okay. And yeah, still a handful of games. I think we got time. Still loading there. We got some lizards. I can tell you we have some reptiles in this build. Some amphibians. Not to give you guys any big spoilers or anything like that, but they're there. Yeah, it's great. I think ancient salamanders are really underrated here. They have 160 range and they just punish armor boxes. So I think if you use them correctly, you can do work. So here's our build. We are going to start you guys over here and get the front line of the gods here. So we basically just have a Saurus front line because they're just, you know, unga bunga. You just move Saurus forward and they usually do okay. They will beat a Jade Warrior in combat, but, you know, that's assuming the Jade Warrior is not going to get any help from anything. Okay, and then we got our Air Force of Rippers. We're going to hide in the trees initially. We got you guys in group 4. 3 for you. We got a single Bastillodon and a little skink out on the outside who's just going to run up and cause some havoc. I don't know where he's going to deploy. Either way, we'll figure it out. I would say probably up on this hill right here. But he could also deploy over here, but he would have more issues with line of sight is the only problem. Because then I could sneak through those trees right there and not get shot as easy. Yeah, Carl does hate Saurus, for sure. I would imagine he does. You know, you would think the one who would really hate the Saurus, though, would be Marcus Wolfhart with his campaign. Where he starts, holy shit, man, that's just pure suffering. You just have, like, a wagon and a couple, like, state troopers, and you're battling, like, Gorok's 20 stack of, like, Saurus, and you're just like, oh, this is hell. This is hell. All right, how are we looking? How are we looking? Well, Kane, I hope you qualify, man. It'd be cool to see some Sigmar action. Oh, yes, the dreaded Cathay box. I'm probably going to lose to this. I'm probably just going to get it. What is that, a Fire Rain rocket? Okay, we're not too worried about that, I suppose. We definitely can win the Air Force fight. But the thing is we need to shut down all of the shooting first before we move in. Especially the Iron Hill gunners. So if he doesn't have a cannon, my lizards here are just going to really, really have a field day. Tic-tac-toe is here. Let's move you guys up like so. Keep these guys in the bushes for now. And yeah, we just go and have fun. And if he wants to pull those guys out, we can send the Colossadon hunters to go after him. All right. Yeah, this is like a classic Cathay action here. Okay, Salamanders, let's get it. Oh, I think he cast the wrong spell there. It's okay. It happens. Oh, those Iron Hills got it. Oh, yeah, baby. Let's go. Ripperdactyls up in the sky. And yeah, now we just focus down the different missile pieces. And I think we cackle all the way to the bank. Cool. Oh, there's a cannon back there, I think. Does he have a cannon lurking in the shadows? I think he does. All right. Let's take you around the side and prepare to party. We're pulling these guys back and juking a little bit. Yes, my Sallies, yes. Be free, my pretties. Be free. All right, so now we focus down the other 2 units. So 1 here and 1 here on these peasant archers. We keep running around with Tic-Tac. We could run in here. It looks like I don't think those are... Yeah, we can maybe shut those guys down. If Iron Dragon moves too far up, we can intercept him with the other things. Okay, Tic-Tac might get Last Samurai here. Got to be careful. Let's keep maneuvering you guys across. Looks like a little attack there. We can attack with these and get the Colossadon hunters to go after the big man. Okay, so Tic-Tac-Toe's finished off the Iron Hill gunners. So we're maneuvering around, and I think the Iron Hill gunners should be down for the count. Let's pull you guys in the back to do a little bit of work. And overall, yeah, I think we're going to be fine here. I think we're going to be fine. When those Colossadon hunters get on that big man, they're going to tear him to shreds, especially if I bring that support in. All right, so we need to just keep trolling here. And looks like he's gone dragon form, so now we just kind of ignore him, and we can summon a Manticore here, which we're going to send in. And we just keep killing these peasant archers, and then basically just chase them off the battlefield with the other unit. Here, I think we're going to just karate chop these guys, and now we just kind of kite the Iron Dragon. He's so absurdly powerful with his like double heal that I think we just got to avoid him, basically. Yeah, you can see the Terracotta Sentinels getting the business here. We'll pop Toad Rage. That's going to be very strong. And we don't need to engage the main army yet. Like, not at all. We'll just send a Manticore in there. So he's going to be the one who moves forward now. Let's go chase those Iron Hills down. Keep shooting into you guys. Keep you guys around. And we can move back the main core of the army a little bit. So let's move you guys back. Tic-Tac-Toe taking a little bit of damage from Iron Dragon. I gotta put some respect on his name. And looks like there's some scariness moving in there. All right, so here we are. Those guys got routed. Manticores chase down the archers. Tic-Tac-Toe's going to be cackling in the sky here, and let's pull you back. Ancient Sallies, I don't know how they got caught up in combat. It's probably because I'm a potato, but that's okay. Let's see if we can weave the seam here. and get these sallies out and just disengage here. And we need to like re-enable our kind of kiting situation. All right, so you're over here. Tic Tac's over here. Start shooting into the box here, and we do manage to slip our skinks past his defenses. Cool. Cool. I think we're in good shape here, actually. Let's get some Feral Cold Ones engaging, and Saurus Warriors can engage against these Jade Warrior Halberds. And then we can just start blasting away into the archers once again. Ripperdactyls can go look for freebies on the other side. Okay, those Iron Hails should be offline. We actually managed to get some skinks in his position too. Shoot those Jade Warriors, and yeah, I think we win that ground fight reasonably well. Colossadon, yeah, where did the Terracotta Sentinel go? Did we actually kill it? No, we didn't. No way, really? Well, let's go get the junks now. I don't think they're super heavily defended, so can jump you down there. The Bastillodon, oh, he's over here. Okay, here's Iron Dragon. I think we did actually just straight up kill the Terracotta though, which is pretty rad. Pretty good. And now those blimps are going to pay the troll toll because Tic-Tac-Toe is going to buff all my aerial units. Oh, he pulled the Terracotta back. Okay, it's in his battle lines here. All right. So a little Bastillodon that could. We're kind of just keeping the main army away, just trying to pick them apart. We have these skinks here who are just chasing down archers. Ripperdactyls can keep fighting there because it's basically units that are just terrible against rippers. And cool. So salamanders are here. Let's head over there, and we can do another Manticore summon in a minute. We don't have enough WOM for it, but yeah, if Iron Dragon wants to just occupy himself on those units, I'm A-okay. All right, so down you go. Because trying to kill Iron Dragon is just stupid. Because he's just going to heal to full health with that OP heal that he got, which is insanely good in land battle. All right, so let's move you guys up. Iron Dragon's cackling in the back, but, you know, taking a little bit of damage, nothing too crazy. One blimp is going to go down here, and we should be able to get the other one shortly after this. And we just save Iron Dragon for last, and then just circle beat him and, you know, try and take him down that way. Sally's maneuvering. Feral Cold One's still duking it out. And maybe, what targets do we have here? These are Peasant Long Spearmen. These Ripperdactyls are just feasting. All right, one is down. Iron Dragon might be coming for blood. We can get Rippers on him. You know, we're going to have to proc that heal eventually, so I think we can just go for the Ripperdactyl fight and see what happens. All right, so shooting into the blob there. Although the Ripper is killing the Terracotta is probably smarter. Yeah, I think it is. All right, let's get Tic-Tac-Toe to come help there too. All right, Feral Cold Ones, go charge those guys. Saurus Warriors, move up and lay a bit of a bully beatdown on those. Let's get back. We do lose one of them. Tic-Tac-Toe, the Lord of the Skies, trying to fight the big fight here. Let's get a Manticore summon to help out. Let's move. Ripperdactyls can move into those Jade Warriors. It looks like a foul bombardment was cast upon us. Should have Toad Rage active. Let's pop Toad Rage. Tic-Tac-Toe does buff air units that he's nearby. So I think if we just keep them going, that's good. Bastillodon, come over there. And the Sallies, just keep positioning them on the outside. Let's do a Flock of Doom right here. And just keep running away. Yeah, we're playing a little bit of land battle in between. I think it's a nice way to get our land battle enjoyers some games, and also pass the time while we wait instead of just rambling for 20 minutes. All right, so we just kill this guy. Ripperdactyl should take down the Terracotta here in a moment. Do we have any like units? Yeah, we can goon that Alchemist. Should have done that a while ago. All right, so you're getting in there. Wasted that Manticore summon for a hot minute. It's all good. There's another junk. It's like weird. You're like, hard to register. There was a whole nother one of those. All right, let's get Tic-Tac-Toe beating that thing down because, you know, we need to create the old army losses at some point. Saurus Warriors and company should be able to cudgel down most of these threats. Let's get the Manticore gooning the character. I can just go after the blimp for now. Tic-Tac-Toe is going to go after the blimp, and hopefully those Colossadons will come back. How low is that thing right now? 900 HP, geez. Flock of Dooms, are any of those necessary? Yeah. Might as well. All right, so that thing's in trouble. You've routed off a lot of units, but the thing is, guys, Iron Dragon still has crazy healing, so we got to watch out for that. Almost got this Alchemist down. 5 people on 3 wins and 9 opponents right now. Yeah, it's going to be a big tiebreaker, which is okay. Which is all good. All good in the neighborhood. All right, so we cleaned that. Let's get the Rippers coming back, the Colossadons. I just want to trigger army losses. Yeah, so we didn't even have to deal with Iron Dragon. We just army lost him. GG, well played, Gandhi. It was a scary Cathay box. But we have, the Lizards have done it. Yes. Good. Let this... Dude, Salamanders are such a fun unit. Now I know why Tim the Wilder likes them so much. The poke, the maneuvering, the amount of utility they can bring. Yeah, that's pretty rad. All right. So, let's see how we're looking in the old tiebreaker. Do some sweet refreshing. Hey, Sam, well played if that was you. That was a good match. That was a good match. The Fire Rain Rocket you probably don't need if you already have double Sky Junks. I would just switch that out for something else. And then you want to use the Breath Attack on my Blobbed Infantry and you'd be in good shape. So undefeated players, we have Hadries and Tim the Wilder. Looks like Subutai not quite going to make it due to the tiebreaker. We still have 2 games finishing, which could have some bearing on the tiebreaker. So we'll let those finish and go from there. Yeah, GG. It was a fun match. Tic-Tac-Toe is a gangster. He paid for himself, you know. Rippers, Colossedons were nice. Yeah, that's a pretty scary Cathay army, though. You definitely don't need the Alchemist either, probably, if you're going to go with double junk. You know, you can try and win the Air Force fight, but Lizardmen actually have a pretty scary Air Force. Probably cut the Peasant Archers too. Like if you want to do a Cathay Pox against lizards, let's see, what would I do? So hopefully this helps you. If you're playing land battle, you can do. Yuan Bo isn't bad. He's a pretty good duelist, but Iron Dragon is really, really OP in land battles, like broken. So I suppose you still want to go with him. You would just bring him bare bones like this, like Dragon Breath and Arcane Conduit, and you're just spamming Dragon's Breath on Saurus like the entire time. Then from there, you just want a Jade box. Jades do pretty good. There's 5 of those. You don't really. The drum is good, but you can also. This is a funny little thing. You can bring a Jet Lion, and it provides harmony to your whole box if you bring the jet. This one. The drum, though, is certainly viable. You could just slap this thing down and call it a day. If you're going to go for the air, you need to win the air, right? So if you want double junk, you just do something like this. Mass Crowmen. Because this Air Force would defeat my Air Force. I would have lost that last game. You can even do this if you want to. Get the Righteous Lances of Wei Jin, or I guess against Lizard Air Force, you just basic variant. So this would be an even more disgusting box. Like something like this. You can slap a couple spears in there to be more like wide. And then you just kind of, the Crowmen just dunk on the Lizardmen Air Force. Your junks just shoot their infantry, and you just kind of play really, really defensively. And you're going to have a good time. You can even throw, like, if you could find a way to get a Wujing War Compass in there, you could. That kind of thing. Yeah, might need to cut some costs here, but yeah. Wujing might not be bad. You could also go for a junk and then a couple regular lanterns, but yeah, this would be really gross against lizards. They could probably still beat you. Yeah, because those salamanders, the thing is, this build would struggle against the salamander poke, so I'm trying to think of a good solution. A cannon is okay. A single cannon, maybe, in the back of your box. So maybe you don't need those. I think your Crowmen plus Iron Dragon will win the Air Force fight, even against Ripperdactyls. So you need something to deal with the Sallies. I mean, I wonder about, like, regular Sky Lanterns, right? Like, regular Sky Lanterns, like 2 of those, okay. And you can have them shoot the salamander and then just throw 1 cannon in your build. Yeah, I think this is better, actually. Because you can kind of screen with the lanterns and not care if they get beat up, and then you have the single cannon to shoot salamanders. Okay, this is the way here. If you're saying you don't have the DLC, then this build wouldn't work as well against lizards, because they're going to crush you in the Air Force. You need the Crowmen to win the Air Force fight against them. Yeah, the salamanders are annoying, but with a cannon, instead of a fire rain rocket, you can shoot them, and then you have double regular Sky Lanterns to just poke away at them the whole game. And they also shoot 360, so they'll shoot like every direction. You really only need 1 Sky Junk and Iron Dragon over the course of a long game to clear out the Saurus. And then you also have the bombardment from the Onyx Crowmen ROR if you do end up using them. But Cathay is a fun faction, man. They're very good. In land battle, they're SS plus tier. In Dom, they're like mid tier, you know, B plus, A minus. Commissar Planet doing my part, keeping Subutai's score down so we can't make the top 4. You're punishing the ogres in the only way that we can. I wonder who beat Subutai though. Who beat him? He lost the Ogre mirror match. I was like, who beat the Ogre Kingdoms today? And it was another Ogre Kingdom player. That's pretty hilarious. You know, here's the thing. I think Yuan Bo is probably better in Dom. But in land battle, Zhao Ming is super broken because he heals full health like when he gets below 25%, which in land battle is gross. In Dom, it's not as brutal because the objectives are still the win condition to an extent. You know, obviously killing your opponent can work too, but in land battle, Zhao Ming is just busted. He's just like broken up. Yeah, that's why I just ignored him. You know, I couldn't, like, killing him is stupid. He just is going to heal and I'm going to lose like 2,000 value. Yeah. All right. So checking here to see if they're still playing. Looks like another game is still in the wings. That one finished, and we just got Yumai's playing as well. All right. Just checking. Sent the DM. Yeah, talking to my Chaos Dwarf opponent. I don't really know how you would beat Chaos Empire with Chaos. I think I had a build that was pretty successful against Chaos Dwarfs, or against Empire with the Dwarfs before. It was kind of something along the lines of just a Dwarf Warrior spam. So 5 of those. Double Infernal Castellan. I think I want to play Chowie in the next one. You need the Lifebane Blade. I don't mind losing. We'll play Chowie. And then what kind of a character would you want to bring? Like if Zaytan's net had a longer snare, like its range is so short. It's 20 millimeters. Oh, yeah, you're playing Beastmen today, Hadries? Oh man, yeah, Beastmen are terrifying, dude. It's funny how like one unit can just set them over the edge, right? So I would do something like this. You could go blunderbusses, but I think you do need artillery. So Death Shrieks are risky in your opening army against Empire. I would probably bring a couple in reserve. Like 1 Death Shrieker in reserve against Empire, and then I don't know about Magma Cannons. The thing about Magmas is they will wreck State Troopers pretty bad. Maybe something like this, and then Shielded Bull Centaurs I think are a good like skirmisher unit. Maybe just 1, not skirmisher, but they have the silver shields and can bully the Empire Heavy Cavalry. Like this foundation feels good for Chaos Dwarves against Empire. Astragoth might just be the go-to, but he's not like quite as impactful as a Sorcerer Prophet of like Fire, for example. Because here you just get the big Chungus burning heads, but he is a little bit vulnerable to Wagon, being sniped by wagons. And he's very expensive. He's like 3,000 gold with an ideal kit. Like, I wonder if wide Chowie is the way to do it, right? Like a really cheap wide Chowie army. Maybe you cut him off the Bale Taurus, and then you just have like a burning headcaster on foot. I actually don't hate that. Throw in a train in reserve. The flamethrower train is pretty nasty if they don't have like guns to shoot it, but wagons can probably just kill it. So probably going for a cheaper train I think would be nice. And then, of course, Hobo Goblins to chase. Oh, you know what? We're playing Empire. Maybe Lord of Death Buna is better. Yeah, because we Buna down the grenade launchers as well as the heavy cavalry. Okay, I think we're figuring this matchup out a little bit. Let me see if we're ready for the next game. All right. Wrong message. That was meant for Yum. I just randomly messaged Sharkia. Hey, Drew, sending me a cool replay. Making sure these guys are going. Yeah, laborers will come. We'll get a couple of those in the front line. Then do we want to throw in an Infernal Guard Fireglaive, just like 1? Really vulnerable to be getting nailed by a Pit of Shades, but it will give you utility against wagons. That plus the Infernal Castellans. Okay, and then from here, probably Shielded Bull Centaur Renders. They are way more durable against the wagon spam. Get this, you get this, and we need more Hobo Goblins in reserve. A lot of expensive pieces here. The Death Freak Rocket Launcher I think is good because you can just sit it on wagons and it'll kill models consistently. The Magma Cannon I'm a little bit on the fence about. Maybe we cut that just to get more troopers to choose from. And then, yeah, Magma Cannon's still, I suppose, not the worst, but yeah, then get another one of these Hobo Wolves. This build feels like it's a step in the right direction against Empire. I would use this. He's on foot. Yeah, he's on foot here against Empire. So, but like the thing is, you're spending all this time. Empire is like a low tier faction. I'm like scheming. I need to be scheming how to beat ogres, which I think is hard to do. Serkia says he needs the tiebreaker against Umais. Yeah. Yeah, choose Gapweight over the... Yeah, I think 1 Death Shrieker is enough. All right, let me message Umais, make sure he's playing. And Umais. All right. Perfect. Yeah, we got a lot of people tied up. I mean, I guess I wasn't expecting these kind of sign-up numbers, but tiebreaker is done based on leaderboard position. So the idea is that it's merit-based. You know, if you play games, you perform well in tournaments, you know, you get that sweet leaderboard spot as your tiebreaker, right? Currently, the top 4 is looking to be Tim, Hadries, Hlidden, and Blood Penguin. Catholic very close as well. But there's one game which actually does have some bearing on the tiebreaker situation. So we'll see what it looks like, man. We'll see what it looks like. At least I'm not in the complete pits. We're somewhere in the middle here. Yeah, here we are. It could be worse. We're like up here, you know. We're hanging in there. We're hanging in there. I won versus last patch in Bretonia with the Destroyer. Yeah, the Kadai Destroyer is it's got a lot of stopping power. Its melee defense is pretty low though. 120 armor, maybe with you if you bring like a character to Reforge. Yeah, Chaos Dwarves I feel like are underexplored. Oh, please get the Dowie fighting the ogres in the semis. Well, it's going to happen eventually, right? It's going to happen eventually. So guys, hang tight for a second. They're going. They're going indeed. Yeah, ogres deserve the dwarves for sure. I think Tim would find a way to probably... Iron Guts are really good there. They're really, really good. Who do we suffer with in the next tournament, guys? Let's put it to a poll. You guys can vote. So let's go ahead and do a poll. Do we continue playing Haggard factions or do we try and win is the question. Next tourney. Chowie. Kislev would be the one if I want to like try and win. I would probably do them. Warriors of Chaos is kind of like, mid-tier. I think I could have a chance of getting there, but it wouldn't be easy. All right. Could you show me some builds for Nurgle against range factions? Are you talking land battle or Dom? Okay, Chowie, Kislev, Warriors of Chaos. Who else would I like to play in the next event? I am actually interested in playing some Chowie. They're fun. Also, I don't think Coast could beat Ogres. I think that would be impossible. That would be a pretty feels bad time. Tomb Kings are definitely on the table too. I don't want to play any Beastmen. They're too Beastmen. I have an allergy to OP factions. Bretonia could be one on the table too. Bretonia is definitely in a more fair spot now. Okay. That looks fun. All right, you guys vote. Whatever you vote for, it could even be tomorrow. We might do another single faction tournament. So you guys vote. I'll play Chowie, Kislev, Warriors of Chaos, or Bretonia. It's funny, of that whole bunch, the one I kind of want to play the most is the Chowie, but yeah. Kislev can bang. They're all really fun choices, honestly. I love Walk. Walk is like one of my all-time favorites. We're going to let this poll run to the end of the stream. So it's going to go for a while, so no rush, guys. Kislev is very strong. They are. That's the strongest of the bunch. Kislev is pretty easy to play. Usually just because your infantry are so good. I love Walk too, though, guys. Walk is really fun. I love like using the Mutilith Beast with like Festus and all these different characters, and yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time indeed. I'm pretty good at Bretonia. I'm okay. I know how to play them. I practice them off stream when I'm like, I scrimmage with some pretty scary opponents, and I get good reps with Bretonia in some of those games. Yeah, Chaos is good, dude. I love Walk. Walk is super fun. And I have builds for all of them. Granted, my builds aren't really updated. So let's like start. Okay, is Yimai's finished yet? Or is he still in his game? Let's see. We'll advance to the top 4 in a second. Skaven are really good in Dom because of the power grab cheese. They're very strong because of that. Okay, it looks like he's still playing. He must be having a really laggy game, which is fine. All right, so Chaos versus Skaven. I feel confident in this matchup. Like this build is rad. I think this would work just fine against Skaven. No new units really to throw in. Zangors would be ideal, but they require Marks of Chaos. I already have Slanesh. We have Fire. We have the Severed Claw, which are very good. Honestly, you could probably cut Severed Claw in this matchup. I do think actually cutting them and mixing in... How many Marks of Chaos do I have in this build? So we'll do some we'll do some toolboxing. I love... Walk is so fun, dude. Aspiring Champions are just raid bosses against Skaven. How many marks do I have? Units with Mark of Chaos? Yeah, so we can throw in a Zangor. I think a Zangor would be a worthy addition to this build. Definitely Hellstriders are awesome also. So that's like an extra mark there. Another Zangor might be welcome. A little bit vulnerable against Rout Ogres, but yeah, I think I'm like okay with this. The double Hellscourge there. What else would we want to throw in against the old rats? Do we have a Oh, we're missing a Manticore. Okay, that's really bad. Okay, so you definitely want Manticore against Skaven. All right, so we will update that build. Perfect. So let's go on to the next one. I love doing builds. This build's super outdated. This is a Beastmen versus Walk versus Beastmen build designed for other maps, like narrow maps. It could work, but Beastmen are probably just going to kill you with Raiders and outmaneuver you. This build's definitely outdated. I got to rework this one. Okay. No problem. So, or as a Perfect. So the match is finished. Looks like Imai's, let's see if he gets the message. What would you do as Cathay versus Dwarves? That's an interesting one. Crowmen spam. I would go 4 Crowmen and just like terrorize their backfield, you know? And then Jade Warrior spam, and I would go Hero Hammer. So I would probably go Jan, Bo on foot, Gotrek, and Felix, and then like Crowmen spam with Jade Warrior push, and like you're gonna give the Dwarves a lot of trouble. You're gonna give the Dwarves, yeah, Dustbench. We can do that after the stream maybe or something. All right. So the last game is getting reported right now. Dustman, the Skaven Tyrant. Yes, dude. He's a rising legend. I'll follow your career with great interest. Okay, so 2 and then 3. I see drop worked. Let me check opponent score. All right. So he dropped out. B6 should have 1 and then 2 wins. Let me just go make sure that's the case. B6 has 3 wins for some reason. Okay, so we need to fix that. So just getting that going. Yeah, you know, honestly, Skaven are they're so boring to play because of the stupid power grab thing. It's like the most meta, and it's so awful to watch and play. It's just like stupid. Here's Skaven in a nutshell, okay? Mass Clan Rats, Ogres, a Skaven Unsummoned Lord, choose a caster of your poison, and then 1 weapons team and 1 artillery team. And that's like it. That's like every Skaven build. It's a shame because they're such a cool dynamic faction that I think when power grab eventually gets fixed, it'll make them fun to play again. And Skaven sit around what right now? What are they looking at? They're looking at a 60% win rate. Okay, you nerf power grab and they go down to 50%. They call it fair, right? And then we get to see more interesting play. Was able to do it now. Okay, I just got to make sure. Sorry guys for the delay. Yumai's was trying to adjust the scores. I don't know if he dropped himself or what. But I just got to make sure it all works out. B6. All right, so he should have 2 wins there. 6, so 1. And then 2. Yeah, right. Warriors of Chaos is, WOC is Warriors of Chaos. All right, so let's refresh this. And now we are all set. Explosions for the Explosion God. So top 4 today is going to be Tim the Wilder, Hadri's, Lydon, and Blood Penguin. The Duel of Fates is upon us. Let us advance it. I'm going to start adding extra rounds to these Swiss tournaments too, if they get this size, if they're bigger. I know some people gave feedback for that. I'm not going to change it mid-tournament, but for the future, we can definitely do that. So, all right, looks good. Advance to top 4. Hey, Pappy, thanks for becoming a channel member. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. All right, cool. So we got our top 4, baby. Let's party. Let's go hard in the paint. And looking at these stats, Forsaken by the tiebreaker. It's all good. It's pretty late for you anyways. You know, you just got to earn a higher leaderboard spot, and then you'll be getting those sweet tiebreakers. All right, so we got our matchups. It is going to be, let me tag the players. 1 second, my friends, and we'll be jumping in just a moment. Hadri's versus the Dwarves, and then Blood Penguin versus Tim the Wilder. Good luck, have fun. Maps are set. I will cast. Let's do Blood Penguin's game. And Tim, lobby code, please. All right, Tim, send me a lobby code, and I'll get in there and do it. Hey, Turin, you think Warhammer 3 would be a good second Total War? I'm not sure what you mean. I'm not sure what you mean, brother. All right, so while they get their lobby set up, so how would I play against Beastmen? Probably it would be like a character blob of some sort. I do like the reinforcing army. I think Halberd spam is a very good opener because they can fight Zangors and also against other substantial threats. I might even go with like something like this. So we have all the marks, so let's cut those guys, and maybe we just find a way to get the Chaos Steed Nurgle boys and just kind of play it like Nurgle a little bit, but with Warriors of Chaos stuff. That could be pretty heavy metal, right? I have to go back to the drawing board. I'll do this later tonight. Yeah, dwarves are in the top 4 right now, dude. They're in the top 4 right now. All right. How interested would you guys be in that? Like a stream where we just do builds? I feel like it wouldn't be quite as entertaining, but apparently this is a rematch between these two players. I need a spec slot. So Tim, spec slot. Slot Tim. Cool. And then as soon as I open that spectator slot, we'll be in there. Hey, I'm glad to hear it, Pappy. I appreciate that, man. Means a lot. Are the mod community is fully ingrained in Warhammer 2 at the moment? No, I mean, I don't know anybody who's still playing Warhammer 2 competitively. I mean, look, even though Warhammer 2 might have like some better AI in some regards to campaign for multiplayer, like you're playing game 3. There's so many cool factions, like, you know, it's got to be. Okay, Bretonnia versus Ogres on a Bretonian map nonetheless. This will be fun. This will be fun. Stream with just builds and then maybe test them towards the end. All right, I'm down for that. Maybe I'll schedule one for those streams would be pretty low key. I'd probably have to get a chair, just like a long one. Ooh, Eastern Isle Colony for Bretonia. Doesn't seem like the best map for those bad boys, but we'll find out. I guess the archers at a choke point can do well. The Ogre Kingdoms. Yes. So it looks like you guys want me playing Walk on the next stream. I actually won it. I think I won a tournament with them last season. Yeah, it was one of the 2 events that I won was with Walk. They were pretty solid when people started discovering aspiring champions, and some other schemes, and the character hammer they can play. Beating ogres would be tough though. I guess you could use a Mutalith beast, but part of me thinks a giant would be better. Just it's like mass HP pool and it's cheaper too, and like you don't really need a mortis against ogres. Oh man, but all those little rats can kill them so easily. The Nobblar trappers and then the blood belchers and stuff. They're gonna hurt. Another Siege King of the Hill stream could be fun. Yeah, we got to do more of those. I'm always kind of like caught up in the tournaments now though. Yeah, no, I have a standing desk. I usually stand. It's good. It's good. There's a lot of times during the day where, you know, I'm not streaming, right, or whatever, or working, and I'm just like, you know what, I don't feel like going to my computer because I have to stand. So you know what I do instead? I go do the dishes, or maybe exercise a little. I don't know. Well, no, okay, to be fair, I haven't been exercising, but I'll do something more productive, right? Because the standing desk is like, it's a little taxing after a handful of hours. Certainly a little bit taxing. Yeah. So I'll redo the Warriors of Chaos, and then maybe we could do a build guide for another faction that I want to play. All right, guys. Bretonia versus the Chungus Kingdoms. The OP Ogres are back once again. Will they be smited today? Bretonia is not a counter against Ogres. If anything, I would say Ogres have the advantage. But Bretonia can fight pretty hard here. They got cheap, cost-effective spears with the Grail Relique, keeping them fighting on a single point. Like this map, they might be able to just blob with the Grail Relique on Objective 1 on the middle. And, cause some havoc there. So we'll see. We will see indeed. All right, guys, loading up. Yeah, I play in a standing desk. Yeah, no, it's great. It's good. My back feels way better too. The one thing you got to watch out for though, if you use a standing desk, it's really easy to hyperextend your legs by like putting your weight on one leg. You really got to like focus on like equally distributing your weight, and you should also get a rubber pad to stand on. Because if you stand on the hardwood floors or like tiles or something, it's pretty uncomfortable for long periods there, yeah, in my experience. So yeah, what we got is a spear blob. So we got Spearmen at Arms with a Grail Relique, which is going to sauce their stats. So it'll give them leadership and melee attack. Alberic is awesome because he will imbue anti-large with the Braids of Borderlow, plus 12. And so that will be augmenting the infantry and giving Hippogriff Knights anti-large, which is pretty nuts. Like a 2,000 gold beatdown unit that has that huge anti-large bonus is pretty sick. A couple halberds going to be sitting on objective number 3, I would imagine, but on this map we are just going to see Plague Penguin moving up and just anchoring down on objective 1 here. Meanwhile, on the other side, we do have the Ogres for Tim the Wilder, so a lot of shooting actually. Maneaters with great weapons and ice inclusion. They have big clubs and they can take Bretonian Knights to the metaphorical club. On top of that, we got Lead Belchers as well, so it's going to be a Lead Belcher and a Slaughtermaster of Beasts. And double Maneater pistols, which I like this as well. They're pretty good fighters in melee. So if these guys end up fighting like a Knights Errant or a Knights of the Realm or a Hippogriff Knight even, they have really good melee stats too. And their ranged attacks can pick off knights and characters and all that stuff. Pretty insane for sure. So that's the ogres, that's the Noblars back there, and ladies and gentlemen, the fight is now on. Players will be reading up here in a second, and Tim the Wilder probably going to be chilling in the back, building up his army, and then doing an alpha strike as he usually does. So next move is a laying desk or a flying one. Yeah, like a hover chair. Yeah, that'd be pretty funny. Any of you guys ever see the movie Grandma's Boy? It's like an old, like early 2000s like comedy movie, kind of a cult classic. There's like a scene where the one nerd character, he's in like some suspension chair, like gaming, listening to techno music. It was a pretty classic stuff for sure. All right, guys. So the armies of the French are going to be moving forward to face, I don't know, the Ogre Kingdoms. Here they come. Yeah, here come the Ogres. You know, you can call the Bretonnians French, right? But you don't want to call anyone the Ogre Kingdoms. I don't think anybody wants to be the Ogres. Yeah, probably not too many compliments to be had there. But, ladies and gentlemen, we do see the Slaughtermaster as well as the Maneaters moving up on the point. Alberic is going to be moving through the tree line here, so he's going to be hustling around the side and looking to ambush while avoiding shooting, which is cool. And yeah, man, Grail Relique, these peasant mobs rocking 50 leadership and 23 melee attack. They got their pitchforks out. They got all that kind of good stuff, man, and they are ready to go. Some funny comments here, yeah, Kane, that's hilarious. I don't think the ogres are going to do any split pushing. I think they're just going to like skirmish on objective 1 and do like an all-in fight right here for sure. We'll have to see. So Spearmen at Arms and Polearms on the backside. Yeah, I can definitely see some American traits in the Ogre Kingdoms. You know, they got these giant, you know, guns and some weight on them, you know, which if you've ever been to American Walmart or Target, you're going to be seeing a little bit of that. So always a good time. Is there a definitively weakest faction in Warhammer 3? Yeah, right now, oh, man, I don't know. Khorne has been doing better than Chaos. I feel like Chaos Dwarves are really weak right now. And I also feel like I'd have to look at the stats to really give you some good data. But yeah, definitely. There are some weak factions, especially in Dom mode. In Land Battle, there's some factions that are awful too, so it goes both ways. Alberic juking about, and he's going to be dropping the Trident here, which is going to clear out a bunch of Noblars. Tim cares not for his Noblar, so he just kind of ignores this. And the Noblars actually get Shrek'd pretty good. Their leadership is discouraged, and instantly they're going to be terror routed, which is really nice for the Bretonnians. Getting that quick terror rout on these bad boys means that, you know, if a unit terror routs a couple times or breaks a couple times, they're eventually going to be shattering, right? So right here, I don't know why they're lagging. These players usually don't have too much lag with one another. We do have the Royal Hippogriff Knights looking to dive. It's a risky dive, though, because Tim is protecting his shooting here with the Man-Eaters with Great Open. So these guys, they got their big clubs out, and they're going to be more than happy to fight. Hippogriff Knights looked like they were going to dive there, but that would have been a big, big mistake. And part of me feels as if Bretonnia is overextending here a little bit, pushing pretty deep into the Ogre lines. And look how Tim created this excellent firing box. He's got 3 range units here, just counterpunching and shooting into the Knights of the Realm, which obviously feels pretty good. But he is anchoring onto the objectives. Ogres, of course, pulling a little bit of a value lead right now as the Peasant Mob saturate in. Hippogriff Knights pulling back. Bretonnia is obviously going to have healing too, so that's something that you have to kind of take into account here. Man-Eaters with pistols do get tied down by some spearmen, so they're going to be tanking some of these shanking attacks here. Shouldn't be too devastating. Meanwhile, the shooting in the back still performing pretty well. You do have the Lead Belters blasting away over here at the Knights of the Realm. Hippogriff Knights bouncing and getting some nice breaks as well. These Ogre Bulls with dual weapons going to be run down by actually Questing Knights. Okay, so it looks like he's wanting some armor piercing. And with Alberic on the table, the Questing Knights are pretty heavy metal because they get anti-large. So suddenly you have an anti-large armor piercing unit, which certainly functions pretty well. Bretonnia anchoring on the points. Tim the Wilder not able to overwhelm his opponent like he did against me, that's for sure. But Bretonnia is a different beast. They are a little bit more stalwart in terms of their infantry game because of the Grail Reliques, and of course do have really, really cost-effective anti-large cavalry, which, you know, in theory is pretty good against ogres. Again, I still think it's favored for ogres, but, you know, we'll see. No caster out here for Bretonnia yet. It looks like Flock of Doom being cast by the Ogre Kingdoms on this blob here. We'll do a little bit of damage, but the Hippogriff Knight's going to pull back in, charging onto the Man-Eaters with Great Opens, and that's a very cost-effective pick for Bretonnia. These are an expensive unit. Man-Eaters, I believe, with Great Opens cost 1,400 gold right there. Is game audio off? Ah, there it is. Thank you. I struggled there. I struggled, but now the battle audio should be back on. Thank you for letting me know. It's a hotkey that's very easy to hit on my keyboard. Very, very easy to hit indeed. Man-at-Arms with Polearms still grinding there against the Man-Eaters while the Hippogriff Knights get back up in the sky and pull back. Lances out for the lady. So they charge in, pinning the Ogres back. It looks like the battle is pretty close in terms of value, which is definitely good for the person holding the points. But the Ogres are pretty close to kind of busting it open a little bit. We do see a nice cavalry charge here. And look at this! A triple objective push here. We see the Bretonnians coming in on the side. And yeah, we got Men-at-Arms with Polearms, we got Spears, and it's going to be getting pretty crazy. Really interesting to see a Flock of Doom caster. for the beasts. I mean, Flock of Doom is good against Bretonnian infantry, but I can't help but think that the Slaughtermaster would be better. Healing up Man-Eaters with Great Weapons does feel like it would be a very strong play. And now Alberic and these Hippogriff Knights screaming across and taking down these Ogre Bulls, or these Ogre Man-Eaters with pistols. But no, they're just kind of bouncing around trying to shut down whatever they can. More cavalry charges coming in. Knights of the Realm from all directions, ladies and gentlemen. And the Ogres are looking a little bit pinned back. I have to say, I do think that the Blood Penguin is slightly ahead in this game. Even though the value does favor the Ogres, I think with some of the compromised positions we're looking at right now, that could change. A slight misplay here, though, for Bretonnia. They need to move these halberds up, and they need to move these spears to reinforce their Hippogriff Knights and those other hard hitters. Currently, Hippogriff Knights sitting at only 300 value, so they haven't gotten a ton of value. They have gotten some terror routes, of course. Knights of the Realm with a very cost-effective engagement. They've got their anti-large lances tearing into the unarmored hides of the Ogre Bulls. But wait a second, could we have seen a blunder that's going to let the Ogres get back in the game? It looks like Bretonnia did maybe abandon their home objective a little bit. Not home, but middle objective. They might have pushed a little bit too greedily and too deeply into the Ogre Kingdom's lands. Trident Manon going down, going to be hitting Noblar Trappers, while the Hippogriffs continue pressing on the side objective. Bretonnia is making a pretty big gambit here to try and hammer down this back point. As far as Collins go, we see Peasant Mobs and Bretonnia sitting at 1100, so probably going to be a questing knight, if not something a little bit fancier. Maybe the Knights of the Realm and the Grail Relique are going to be able to win this. We do see the Grail Relique buffing up the Knights of the Realm DPS, and with some Peasant Mobs coming in, that will provide 2 capture weight. Looks like Bretonnia was able to stabilize its point here. Now, as far as this goes, it's looking a little bit wild. Tim the Wild, they're starting to grind, get some good value here. Men-at-Arms with polearms being dragged down by just hordes and hordes of Ogre Bulls, which are incredibly foul unit. Really good Flock of Doom. Flock of Doom, excellent for clearing out chaff units. And in the backside, we do see more Ogre Bulls being called in, whereas Plague Penguin appears to be saving up for something really big and expensive. We see 1,500 right here, which what is he going to be bringing out? Hippogriff Knight's trying to get away. They could actually be broken right now, but nope, they're still hanging in there. Alberic might have found a pick here. We do see the Slaughtermaster going to fisticuffs here with Alberic, but is Alberic going to retreat, or is he going to press what he thinks may be an advantage? Find out today. More Knights of the Realm screaming in there. Perfect charge on top of the Man-Eaters. Those Man-Eaters take a lot of DPS on that impact, and the Bretonnians do manage to hold on to the points. In the backfield, we see Grail Knights being called in. Okay, so big heavy hitters. Personally, in my experience, I haven't seen Grail Knights doing too well for themselves in this patch. They're very expensive. I feel like the Ogres have a lot of ways to shoot them and value trade against them, but we'll have to see. Because the Ogres did break the back of the overextending Bretonnians right here, and now there's a little bit of a scary opportunity where the Ogres can gather their forces, the Ogres here and here, and they can move towards this point and basically, you know, just get all up on there and cause some havoc. So we will see, my friends. Hippogriff Knights do rally. Definitely going to be necessary for defending the back point. Bretonnia anchoring down here with the Grail Relique. Value trading really, really close here. We do see Bretonnia down by about 700 value. I believe Bretonnia does have some healing on the battlefield as well. Yeah, there's an Earthblood caster hiding in the trees. So the value is probably very, very close to dead even. A lot of this game is going to come down to how effectively these Grail Knights are used. And in your situation here, Plague Penguin would be making a massive mistake if he pushes the Grail Knights out in open field. He needs to use them defensively, wait for the Ogres to overextend, and then go in for the kill. That is exactly what needs to happen. The Grail Relique pulling back, Alberic lurking as well. The Ogres have recovered from the big onslaught. They have a massive horde of bulls. It's always so stressful playing against Ogres and seeing this like legion of 5 capture weight units that have like 50 speed and just like crazy mass. More Knights of the Realm being called out. Really, really good choice. The tattered Bretonnians look like they're going to be making their stand on this point. Spearmen moving up, now pulling back to the point, while the Grail Knights in the backside are going to be hanging out, just waiting for an opportunity to pounce. And as long as they avoid the shooting, you know, they are going to do some work. I mean, their stats are really, really good. Yeah, there's a lot of Ogres here. It almost feels like there's an Ogre for every Bretonnian on the battlefield. Knights of the Realm will also be pretty good at repelling the Ogre Bull invasion. On the backside, we do see some Ogre Bulls and dual weapons looking like they might want to press this back point. Plague Penguin, what are his calls going to be? Probably going to be Knights of the Realm spam, as Alberic goes in for a charge and does make contact with the Slaughtermaster. Knights of the Realm look like they're going to be engaging versus the old Ogre Bulls here on the side, but the Lead Belchers are very much online. And now we have a Grail Relique blob fight, which won't be terrible for Bretonnia. You know, their leadership's going to be very stalwart. Those anti-large attacks able to get some DPS on that Slaughtermaster. Meanwhile, the Grail Knights are going to have a field day on the outside. These bulls are just going to get wrecked. For the lady, lances out. Pretty epic stuff indeed, as those bulls are going to start folding up like a piece of paper against the Grail Knights. Their HP dropping so quickly as those Grails anti-large, in tandem with their massive charge bonus, get the job done. This is actually pretty cost-effective for Plague Penguin. He could just go pick off these other bulls and then threaten a ninja on this back point. I do like that, but also Bretonnia is in a little bit of danger here. We do see the Ogre army concaving in, starting to surround a little bit. I think Bretonnia needs some infantry here, and we do see Men-at-Arms with polearms on their way in. They're going to be screaming up, more Knights of the Realm moving, and it looks like Bretonnia is going to be losing this objective. I mean, the Ogres are just just throwing like the kitchen sink at him here. Just so much random DACA and poke. It really does add up. And the Bretonnian army, the Knights of the Realm, trying to hold, but that focus fire is certainly adding up. Grail Knights coming around the side. They're going to be charging into what appears to be Ogre Bulls and also these Man-Eater pistols. And we'll see what kind of work they can get done. Are they within the aura of the Grail Relic? It does look like they are, and there is going to be a Flock of Doom getting cast on those Grail Knights. No other shooting, though. It looks like everybody else is pretty focused on the middle. Bretonnia slamming in with more Knights of the Realm. Very, very close, scrappy game here, as these Ogre Bulls do fold up, and these Grail Knights seem to be doing well. They certainly deserve an Earthblood or a regrowth, and it looks like they are going to be getting that sweet regrowth here. Meanwhile, the back objective, nobody's sitting on that one for the Ogres, but I think Bretonnia needs to find a way to just re-wrestle this one. I think trying to split push on the Ogres here is going to be tough, and Bretonnia does have a lot of time to work with. It's not like they're in the pits. They can definitely do a little something. Grail Knights, as far as value, they're up to about 1,100. Not terrible. Alberic is nearby, giving them even more bonus for large, if I'm not mistaken. And are they going to disengage here? It looks like they are, so the Grail Knight's going to be bouncing out. They've only lost 4 models in that entire sequence of fighting. Now they hammer into these Ogre Bull dual weapons, where more halberds are moving up, and Bretonnia might be able to get the cap weight here, forcing a couple units off. That Grail Relic needs to be saved if it can. Sending it back to the middle of that objective would be pretty huge. Knights of the Realm on the way back in, and more Knights of the Realm. Why use anything else? Knights of the Realm are super good, but I'm happy to see Grail Knights doing well and not being like grossly OP. They're just performing well. They've got about 1,500 value. They've almost paid for themselves here in this situation, and they're going to get nailed by another Flock of Doom. I would say another regrowth. The Leadbelcher shooting is doing a number on them, though. We do see the Leadbelchers forming ranks here. Alberic needs to get in there and shut that down right now if he wants those Grail Knights to fight. A little bit of cap weight on the side point. Little sneaky for Bretonnia. They get their pole arms, and the Grail Knight's going to be trying to disengage. Those Hippogriff Knights from the first quarter still fighting, but they barely have any value on them. Meanwhile, on the objective, we do see Bretonnia starting to wrestle capture weight as Tim the Wilder might be on the back foot. Are we going to see the fall of the dreaded OP Ogre Kingdoms? I don't know. It could be, baby. It could be. Knights of the Realm forming ranks on the side, getting ready to do battle with the Noblar Trappers. Bretonnia has wrestled the objective here. They've gotten it. And it looks like they're going to anchor that down while the tattered Hippogriff Knights continue putting pressure on these Leadbelchers. And the Grail Knights probably are out of commission. I'm not sure where they went. No, they're still here, and they still have 32 models. So with another big heal, this is actually a good idea. I like this. Pull the Grail Knights back and go all the way down and around and re-support the objective, which of course is what you need to win the game. Because fighting over in this territory is bad. The Ogres are going to get fast reinforcements, and typically it's not going to go well for you. Looks like a Knight of the Realm unit effectively shut down those Leadbelchers, and we do see the Saber-Tusk pack on the run right now as the big man up in the sky, Alberic, the border low, going to be screaming down, providing more anti-large and support. He's got to be careful he doesn't get caught and killed. Bretonnia holding onto the objective. More Spearmen at Arms are on the way up. And Knights of the Realm just grinding through these dreaded Noblar Trappers, which, thank the Dark Gods, have been nerfed this patch. You know how disgusting Ogres would be if they didn't get nerfed? Holy shit. It's kind of a cool idea, too. Just keeping these Grail Knights back here, and any Ogre that comes up to try and threaten your back objective, they're just like a sweeper. Because Grail Knights, even at this HP pool, would be able to defeat an Ogre Bull. So that's pretty cool indeed. More Knights coming up. Ogre's honestly looking a little bit out of steam. I mean, they still have this Death Star, which has some Man-Eaters in it, I think. It looks like it's just basic Ogre Bulls, but nonetheless, Bretonnia is anchoring it down. Knights of the Realm coming around from the side and getting a big charge earlier. And this would be revenge for Bretonnia, as Tim did defeat a Blood Penguin earlier in the tournament, but Blood Penguin did qualify with a 3-1 record and was able to get there. So we do see a bit of a backbreak. Bretonnia, what are they going to be calling in? More heavy cavalry or more spears? Find out today. Grail Knights waiting in the bushes. I really like that. There probably is a little bit of Earthblood action in the back pocket. There's going to be a lot of Ogre capture weight here, though. There's going to be a hell of a lot of Ogre capture weight. So here it comes. Will Bretonnia be able to hold back the onslaught of the Chungus Kingdoms? More Spearmen on the way up, and that's a very, very good choice here. As we do see Questing Knights getting ready to party. They're going to be doing battle with the Ogre models, and if Alberic flies in and helps them, he'll be giving him anti-large, and he does. So suddenly these Questing Knights are going to be rocking 12 anti-large bonus, and they will be just cutting through Ogre units all day. You see Ogre Bulls folding up, dual weapons, and these guys in a little bit of trouble as well, as a nice Flock of Doom from Tim, probably accruing some okay value so far. About 2,100 this game. Talk about good work. But man, this is stressful. You know, whenever you think you have the Ogres done, they're just like starting to flip your objectives, and you're like, God damn, getting a little bit crazy here. And the Ogres do have insane capture weight. All these Ogre Bulls and Man-Eaters with great opens, man, they are getting the job done. As far as objective number 3 goes, it's looking pretty good for Bretonnia. Over here we do see the Grail Relic moving across, and going to be trying to provide some sustainability. I do think Bretonnia probably still finds a way to win this, although we get more Man-Eaters with great opens, and I don't know, man. The Chungus Kingdoms could maybe do this. This is very, very tight. This is very, very tight. So more spears on the way up. On the backside, a call in for Knights of the Realm, which is going to be threatening the home objective of the Ogres, who obviously have a hard-on for fighting on this point. The Grail Relique needs to be kept alive. That is like the backbone of Bretonnia, really letting them fight in the pits. Grail Knights have come back in and are now up to 1,800 value, so they do manage to break some of the bull units. And, ooh, are they going to be threatening a back cap here? It looks like they are. The other Knights of the Realm are running across with their 81 speed, and the Grail Knights are going to go there as well. This objective could get ninja'd pretty hard if the Ogres don't respond to this threat here. Alberic trying to fight the Slaughtermaster, and he's almost got that thing healing capped. It looks like Tim used a Butcher on it, which is the Ogre army passive to get those bad boys going. The Spear's on the way up, and Grail Relique doing it. And we'll see what happens here. Heavy Cav on the way over, and I believe it is a triple cap situation for the Ogres, but I mean, a triple cap could for sure happen. This is a wild game. I mean, Plague Penguin is up so much in value, but even still, the Ogres are just really keeping him on the back foot. I mean, it's an incredibly tense game. He's having to work hard for this one. So Spearman on the point, still grinding away. It looks like the threatening cap here could become a reality. Grail Knights still have 26 of their 48 models, so they're, almost more or less at half fighting capacity. Blood Penguin going to be maneuvering around. I think it's time to start reinforcing this point, because that's where the Ogres are going to try and swarm next. We see a lot of the spears starting to break down as more spears arrive to the point. Will the Ogres be able to do it? Find out today. Here, heavy cavalry in. Grail Knights with a huge erect charge, doing the work of the lady, man. They're probably up to about 2,000 value, so they've done what they're supposed to do. They were microed with expert micro, good decision making, and they paid for themselves, and they were a difference maker on the battlefield, which is pretty cool. Alberic coming in for the rear charge, might be able to break the leadership, but we do see the Knights of the Realm providing some nice cap weight here. Ogre Kingdom's going to be responding with some Ogre Bulls with Iron Fists on the other side. Meanwhile, Knights of the Realm screaming across, and it looks like this objective could potentially flip. Noblars are not going to be lasting long, but he needs to hold this home objective. If this one goes, that's going to be very, very bad and gives the Ogre Kingdoms a way back into the game here. But I think with the Knights of the Realm arriving, these Knights of the Realm have got some fat chevrons. They've won some big fights here. So Questing Knights getting ready to party. There's going to be 4 capture weight for those Knights of the Realm, and the Peasant Spears arriving as well. It should be a hold for Bretonnia, unless they make any big blunders here. And up on the top, we do see the objective maybe flipping here. Bretonnia really needs this, because they are in some danger of losing their home objective. The Ogres are just such raid bosses, man. Absolute raid bosses. They might be able to get this back one. And then Tim the Wilder is back in the game. Currently, it would be a win for Bretonnia on one objective. They would be able to get it. Ogre Bulls here being rode down. Knights of the Realm look like they're maybe thinking about coming home to try and salvage this point. Those Knights of the Realm pull back, but I believe there are some Maneater Great Opens here. That's a problem. Oh, no. There's 2 units of Maneater Great Opens there for Tim the Wilder. And Bretonnia might have actually just maybe had a little bit of a throw by not controlling their home objective, because now the Ogres can win it's not like a triple cap situation anymore with that objective flipping here. Bretonnia holding on to it. Oh, are they going to get it? And it looks like the Ogres do flip the objective, guys. Very tense. A couple of Spheres have moved up here on the side, providing a little bit of capture weight. And the Gambit did not work out here. Tim the Wilder could be back on the menu, ladies and gentlemen, proving he's a very tenacious player, to say the least. So there's going to be a big hammering right here. We see a little bit of threatening capture weight over towards objective number 1, while Alberic comes down and gets a mass terror out. But that is not good. That is not good. The Ogres are going to get routed here, but Bretonnia is going to have to find another objective. They can't just win on one anymore, if I'm not mistaken. The score is a little bit too close. So probably what you do is you just zip over here to the far side and just try and take that one. I mean, going for this point seems a little bit too difficult. I mean, maybe just going straight is easier. We'll have to see. What columns are we going to be seeing here? 16,000 to 13.5 here, as the Bretonians do manage to get that point. They have some time to work with, but not as much as you'd think. And it looks like they're going to be going aggressive, just pushing straight up to try and get objective number 2 here, which is dangerous because what's going to happen is we could see that. Although I guess both options are a little bit risky, right? So Tim the Wilder forming rank, Spears coming in. In the backfield, it's probably just going to be Knights of the Realm spam, because Bretonnia needs their speed. They have a need for speed, and we'll see what happens. Alberic charging. Cavalry looks like they're going to loop back to the middle. That is a risky one for sure. Ogres are maybe going to get some charges, and it's going to be a little bit of a bust in terms of the capture weight here. So Bretonnia opting to engage those Saber Tusks and just moving through, but the Ogres are hot on their tail, man, and they're going to be getting it. If Bretonnia flips objective 1 for even a second, they probably win the game. Uh-oh. In the backfield, a couple Man-Eaters and Ogre Bulls have come back. They might be able to get this objective if the Bretonians don't put some respect on that name here. And here, the Bretonians ended up taking a really ugly fight. They get trapped in this weird blob. Terror routes, of course, are coming down. A couple Spearmen moving. We do get some Questing Knights coming in to help a little bit. Backfield needs to be stabilized. There are some Man-Eater Great Opens who could flip that point if they are left alone there long enough. Bretonnia still trying to push through, trapped up by a lot of angry Ogres. Couple Spearmen moving in to engage against that blob. And will Bretonnia be able to flip this point in time? I think if the Bretonians had just fallen back on objective 3, I think they win that game. I think they just can Helm's Deep it, and the Ogres couldn't have broken them. But I think the push to try and take the objective number 2 was probably a little bit too dangerous. And the Ogres have such crazy mass, you can't really push through them like this. It's very, very hard to do. The time is running out, guys. It's getting real tight. Lead Belcher's called back in. Nope, same Lead Belchers from before. 5 models left on the back point. We do see the Ogres wrestling for that one. And the Bretonnians kind of got caught in this weird box of doom, which they seem very, very surrounded. But they're going to be moving back to the point now. Questing Knights, where'd they go? Looks like they just engaged in the front. I'm not sure where they went exactly. But yeah, the objective's flipping back and forth. Ogres might struggle to get some units on it. But on the backfield, we do see some Knights of the Realm being called in. The Damsel coming out to do battle as the Knights of the Realm move here. And Tim the Wilder is going to be passing him in score right now. GG, what a game, man. Yeah, very, very unfortunate for the Bretonnians. And for Tim, it worked out great. He defended his back objective and did some really nice work. Hey, Darren, you need the car keys? Yeah, sounds good. So Bretonnia trying to anchor this point here. Objective 1 still belongs to the Ogre Kingdoms. These Ogre Bulls all have 5 cap weight. I do feel like a good nerf to the Ogres could be reducing their capture weight to 4 on the Ogre Bulls, or maybe matching it with other monsters infantry. They would still be very good, but then they wouldn't bully objective so much, which I think is pretty nuts. So the objective is starting to flip a little bit for Bretonnia, but I don't think it's going to be enough. You know, they're flipping it at a very slow rate. Alberic trying his best here. Meanwhile, on the backfield, we don't see any threats towards this high ground point, and I just think at this point it's a little bit too late for Bretonnia. Even though they would be able to win this grind eventually, it's just not going to go down like that. They do get that hammering charge. These Knights of the Realm aren't engaged, and the Chungus Kingdoms are going to be advancing, man. Nasty shit. Their capture weight is gross. I felt like the Bretonnians probably had some good outplays that game, and maybe at the end of the day had cleaner play, but the power of the Ogre Kingdoms is just, you can't make mistakes against them. If you make mistakes, you're gonna pay the price. So what did well? Alberic was of course a raid boss, and for the Plague Penguin, Grail Knights at 2,000, Knights of the Realm just doing super good. I mean, they've always been very good against Ogre Kingdoms. And yeah, Man-Eater Great Weapons were a nice tech. You know, I think they were cool. No Peasant Archers or anything. I guess it's a little bit too tough to get in there. And yeah, Hadries, the Dwarves are good, man. They're good. GG, well played. The Ogre Tide has done it. All right, so let us go ahead and advance on to the grand finals. Looks like the other side has just finished, and let's get this. Turin finals. Will the Ogres win today? Find out. Okay, so let's get Tim in here. There you go. And then where else are we? Okay, looking here. And it's going to be Hlidden as well, who's one of our dwarf enjoyers. Go like, have fun. So map for the grand finals, let's look at the description, is going to be the Celestial Lake, which is definitely favoring the Ogres over the dwarves. The gun lines are a little bit rough on this, although I guess they could do like a Slayer push and have that home objective. Oh man, yeah, Ogres are just OP, dude. They're nasty. I was thinking of the Elf faction is the best counter to Ogres. I think all the Elves lose to Ogres, probably. Yeah. Like, pretty consistently, if you're playing a good Ogre Kingdoms player. They just, like, they're cheap. Their infantry are cheap, and they just bully the hell out of you. It's nasty. It is nasty indeed. Turn, what do you think of the new Iron Jaws models? I haven't seen them. I think I may have seen one where he has, like, a little, like, anvil squig. Looks pretty fun. Celestial Lake is our map here, and Tim the Wilder will be joining us in just a second. And, all right. Where are we at? Check in here. All right. All right. Everything looks good in the back end. Yeah, elves just get wrecked by ogres. I don't see how you could win that. Ogres don't really have any counters, honestly. I think maybe dwarves will be okay against them on the right map. But the bigger the map, the worse it is for dwarves. Yeah, that's for sure. That is for sure. I mean, who have ogres even lost to? Let's go look. Probably other ogre players. Okay, so going to stats. Yeah, see, the ogres don't really even have any matchups. All of these are positive matchups for the ogres this season, right? And then the only ones, no, all of these, right? These are all ogre, like, good. And even these ones haven't even been played. And I guarantee you the ogres will crush Slaanesh and they will crush the high elves, okay? So here we have the ogres in favorable matchups. Norska, it's only one game. Norska would probably consistently lose to the ogres in the hands of top players. And Tomb Kings, maybe Tomb Kings have some tools, but Tomb Kings got nerfed this patch with their capture weight being bugged previously. So I would say Tomb Kings would probably lose. I don't think ogres have any bad matchups, like none. They're just OP. They are just OP. So that's what you got, man. Did you see the new Old World Lady model? Yeah, it looks really good. It looks really, really good. We should do a poll to see which factions should get a new DLC. Oh, you're talking about like CA doing a poll? That would be kind of interesting. Yeah. Hey, Hobie, thank you. How many years have you ran these tournaments for? Oh, God, dude. I didn't do tournaments for like the first year. I mainly played ladder, which, you know, was pretty awful. So maybe 6 years we've been running tournaments off and on. I started pretty small by doing like invitationals and then best of sevens between top players. Yeah, I suppose the javelins could be good. Norska isn't getting played too much, which I understand. They're just so bare bones. They're so bare bones. Norska is true on Gabunga. And Trapper 10 ammo, 160 model shooting out of stock puts most archers to shame. I know. It's a crazy one. Slaanesh deserves the nerf. Yeah, Slaanesh is going to get a DLC and then they'll be strong again. I mean, Slaanesh has really good foundations. They got like rampages. They have good armored infantry. They got good speed. You know, they got some stuff. I can see Slaanesh, if they get like a good couple of units, being like a more meta faction again. Turin, what faction should I play in 40k? Tyranids, Tower, Space Marines, and Chaos. You know, I'm always a Chaos enjoyer. I think Chaos is extremely fun to play. But yeah, that would be I really dislike Tau. I think Space Marines are pretty boring. For me, Chaos just has a lot of hobby flavor and gameplay flavor as well. So yeah, Kolek might see some play if you could bring a Nurgle Sorcerer as Warriors of Chaos that could heal up Kolek, he might see some play against Ogre Kingdoms. Maybe. I think that could be something we run into. Yeah. Shadow Warriors. Well, Shadow Warriors aren't going to do too well against Iron Guts, right? Because Iron Guts are armored, so like your damage is going to be pretty minimal. I mean, I've seen High Elves value trade against Ogres effectively, but they can't push the points. Because the Ogres will just stuff them back and trade pretty evenly on value, and then they just win on points. It's really tough. You like the aesthetics of Tau? Yeah, Tower don't have the most fun playstyle for me in tabletop. I find that they just kind of sit in the corner and shoot, and you know. Yeah, Kolek should get an HP and damage buff. Yeah, what is his HP right now? Is it 9,000? 8,000? Yeah, it's something like that. Something like that indeed. Tomb Kings were the go-to counter versus Ogre Kingdoms. With the cap weight nerfs, it's pretty hard to make them in SFTs unless they... Yeah, Tomb Kings are still good, I think. I think they're still good, but they're not like, you know... You need to bring down the OP factions, right? Like, yeah, it's hard though, because CA is not terribly active about balancing. They'll do a couple little things, but you have to fight pretty tooth and nail. Like, what I'm going to do this patch, guys, is there's going to be most likely an update coming at some point soon, like a hotfix. And they've invited us to provide feedback for multiplayer balance. So I'm going to put together a big balancing document for domination, and we're going to highlight every change that they actually do. You know, and I'm going to have this document reviewed by other top players as well. And we're going to see what they actually do. Because I wager it's going to be maybe 5% of the changes tops we'll see actually go into the game, which I don't understand, you know. Like, they don't play domination in-house. Nobody does there. You know, so hopefully we'll get some changes in. I have some good ideas how we could really, you know, amp a couple bad factions up and without really being... And it's mostly done via price increases, so it doesn't affect campaign, so... How do they fix Franz? You fix Franz by giving him another 1,000 HP and keeping him at the same price, and then it would be fine. You know, maybe give him a cool item or a cool ability, and that would be that. So, yeah, these are small hot fixes, though. Hopefully, we'll get something bigger. Man, these guys are really sweating over these builds. I'm gonna take a look real quick. Hold up, guys. Okay, and okay. Yeah, pretty standard stuff. And what do we got here? That is an interesting build here from Linden. Very interesting. I would not have expected that in a million years. Yeah, I would not have expected it. Well, the guy who made Domination Mode and was very passionate about it, he was the one who got it to its current state of playability, where like he was making changes to it that were really good. He left CA, but there is a guy there who definitely works with us, but I have a feeling he's just working on his own or is understaffed, and you know, it's just something like that. You got to decide between Chaos and Tyranids. Oh yeah, Tyranids are really cool. They are really cool. Yeah, like King Lewin has like 7,000 HP and Franz has like 5,500. You just need to like change those kind of things to make them more durable, you know? All right, guys. Here we go. Let's get it. Let's have some fun. It's the dwarves versus the Chungus kingdoms. We got an Ungarum Death Star. Okay, I like that. So Ungarum, Felix, and Gotrek sitting on objective number 2, just brawling, and then you got some Slayers and Gyrocopter, a single cannon in the back is pretty neat indeed. I don't know what to expect for the Empire. The one thing I can say we safely say we're going to get is probably going to be a Celestial Hurricanum, which is like a big magic magic battery that shoots lightning. I think that could be pretty cool as well. Pretty cool indeed. All right, guys. Chad Grimm. Yeah, Chad Grimm is here. So yeah, I mean, obviously, Longbeards and Dwarf Warriors can hold the Ogres back reasonably well. Rangers and Quarrelers are also good. Rangers, I think I would recommend. And then you back up with Slayers. A little bit of Gyrocopter support isn't bad. Having a Brimstone gun just to kind of sit and shoot, it can do work. But yeah, I mean, if I had to put money on this game, if I was a betting man, I would say Tim the Wilder is going to crush this game. Because he's not only a top-tier player, but he's also playing the most broken faction in the game. And we do have the Ogre Bulls into the dual sunset. Yeah, Ogre Bulls. We got some Man-Eater pistols to counter the Gyrocopters. The old Noblar Scrap Launcher on the other side. And yeah, man, that's going to be it. I do think Dwarves can beat Ogres on the right map. But this map is definitely not good for the Dwarves. They can get spread out. They can't, like, comfortably control 2 objectives. I mean, I guess they could park their army, like, right here. And then, like, shoot this way and, like, protect this also. I'm not sure. It feels like it's a very, very hard one for the Dowie, but we'll see. I mean, I would love to be surprised. I would love to be pleasantly surprised. This cannon's going to run into line of sight issues here. The positioning of that cannon, it should be more over here. And then scoot it up and park it like right here and just protect it with some Slayers. That would probably be the idea. And for Tim's army, yeah, like I said, he's got some pistols to deal with the old Dowie Flying Corps. Ogre Bulls and dual weapons and Iron Fist is all you need. You just spam those guys all day and you're going to have a good time. The Mob Man, he's got Bullgorger and Troll Guts. Bullgorger is an interesting one. Does give melee attacks. You can pop that on some like Iron Guts and help you crump through things and have a good old jolly time. We'll have to see what comes from it. But I just want to thank you all for joining tonight. It's been a really fun stream so far. The good times have been rolling. And here we go. Here we go in our grand finals of this epic tournament of tournaments. On the backside, cannons chilling. Again, I think the positioning is very weird. I mean, maybe it's going to be able to shoot. I feel like it's going to be line of sighted the entire time. And they're going to be suffering a little bit. Ungarum Iron Fist, I mean, hey, he's a good anti-large fighter. You can just plop him down on the objective, and sure, that man can do some work. Probably some Giant Slayers, some regular Slayers supporting would be nice. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Giant Slayers, which I suppose is good against Iron Guts and their armor. Players have not readied up yet. I suspect Tim will do a build-up, you know, just get his like big Doom stack and envelop, because like look how wide this army is. The fact that Tim's army is so much wider just makes me think it's going to be tough for the Dowie. You can come around there and push up the middle, flank around the outside. There's so many avenues with which they can push. I'm not sure if we'll do another SFT tomorrow night. Maybe we will. I would like somebody else to host it. That would be nice, but yeah, we'll find out. We will find out. Yeah, Franz gave ITP to nearby state troopers around him. That would be really cool. Like a Bring Me to My Men thing. You know, the cinematic trailer, Franz, where he comes in and buffs everybody up. I think that'd be rad. That would be really, really cool. Now, why in the name of the Dark Gods are these guys not readying up? What is there to do here? What minutia needs to be executed? You know what? What would be an interesting one? Oh, you know what? I'm going to talk to the modders of the Total Tavern map pack. And here's what we can do. For tournaments, maybe they could find a way to make it so with the mod, I could force start games. So we put a 5-minute timer for army building, and then I have a tool where I just click it, and if your army's not done and you go in with less points, you just lose that game. And the same thing could be said here. Like, as the spectator, I could be given the ability to start games if people are just sitting around not starting. I think that could actually be a really good idea for, like, casted tournament series. And I would even run a little timer and everything, too. Oh, that'd be cool. All right, guys. Ogre's getting ready to move up. Here they come. Man-Eaters with pistols are here, and Noblars lurking in the shadows. Ogre Bulls with dual weapons on the backside. Going to be advancing towards the back point here. And the Dowie are marching to war. So here they come. We do see Dwarf Warriors and Giant Slayers hustling towards the point. Gotrek and Felix, where the hell did they go? I mean, this is a pretty good defensive force here. Double Dwarf Warrior and Slayers on this point. And then I guess you just get all your characters here and see what they can do. I mean, yeah, that character core is going to be good at grinding. We'll have to see. I think Clinton's build isn't, like, terrible for this map. all things considered, Noblar Scrap Launcher shooting in, it does miss those Dwarf Warriors right there. The Scrap Launcher is still also an anti-infantry chariot. Additional features? Yeah, no, CA wouldn't add those features. That would be us. We would add those. We would add those indeed. Yeah, Maneater pistols are not, I wouldn't say they're even underrated, Edward. They're pretty common. Ogres have used them for a long time. There was a time when Ogres couldn't win every single frontline engagement, but then there was a patch CA did, 3.0, that just buffed Monsters Infantry super hard. And Ogres just started going bananas in terms of their trading. So downtown, we do see cannons actually hitting through the tree line. Those are the most accurate Dwarf engineers back there firing those cannons, as they do get a relatively direct hit there. In the trees, we see Gotrek and Felix. They're going to be emerging soon, and Ulthar's Raider is popping out of not a Vanguard point out of the basic point. And Ogres are going to put some hurt down on this point too. They'll probably get Leadbelchers to soften up the home point and have that as like a split push at some point, which is going to be tricky. All right, objective opening up in about 28 seconds. Will the Dwarves get their initial clutches up on the point? I'd be really curious to see how this goes. I mean, the Gotrek and Felix squad, I'm always an enjoyer of that. Looks like the Gyrocopter is going to be hunting down the Leadbelcher. Leadbelcher pulling back to cover. And the reason why the Leadbelcher is pulling back is so it can buffer with its trappers and then, you know, throw some Ninja Stars at the Gyrocopter as it pursues. Somebody in chat has never thought I'd be rooting for a Dwarf. Yeah, the Dwarves they're doing it, man. They're moving up. Objectives opening here. We do see this point being taken by the Dowie. And are Gotrek and Felix moving up yet? Not yet. We haven't seen them. The cannon, it appears to be shooting at Noblars right now. Pretty curious choice. It looks like there was, I suppose, nothing else in range, but maybe some Noblars here. One of these Noblars in specific did grudge the Dwarves' ancestors. And now, not Grombrindle, but Ungrim's going to be moving up. I do think Grombrindle's a little bit better. He hits harder, and he has an AoE debuff and all sorts of good stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. Ungrim is cheaper, though. He's quite a bit cheaper than Grombrindle, so maybe that is what it is. Gotrek and Felix hiding in the trees, and we do see, look at this, the dreaded ground-based Gyrocopter. He lowers it to the ground to avoid shooting from the Leadbelchers and uses it as like a ground cannon against the Noblar Scrap Launcher right there. All right. Very good, man. Very good. So objective's going to be going to the Dwarves. Both players are kind of holding their hands back. Nobody's committing to the point super hard, as we do see the old Ulthar's Raiders moving up and basic minor chaff units. Gotrek and Felix are being called out because now I think the Ogres are going to be sounding the horn and looking to do battle. So Maneater pistols moving in. This would be a good spot for Vanguard Dwarf Rangers. Like, get a couple of them just parked right here and protect them with Slayers, and they would be able to generate some good value for you for sure. The Dwarves do have a double cap right there, guys. They do have a double cap indeed. Back towards objective number 3. It is being held down by the Dwarves. So they're anchoring that one, and obviously the epicenter of combat really is going to be objective 2 here, as Noblars move up, and Tim is very apprehensive about engaging here. Dwarf Warriors duking it out with Noblars, and Ulthar's Raiders looks like they weren't given a move order. They were just summoned, and then he just kind of forgot about them back here. Definitely needs to get those guys back online if they can. The Dwarves need to milk this for as long as they possibly can. Just hold those 2 points, because split pushing with Dwarves is really stupid. Like, if you try and push this with the Dwarves while also pushing this, you're just going to get overwhelmed. Dwarves usually need, like, tighter formations and, you know, that sort of good stuff to really function properly, but so far, Tim doing a little bit of poking, a little bit of kiting. Gotrek and Felix have made it into the fray. And we do have a couple Dwarven Miners waiting as the Giant Slayers camp out in the bushes. Dwarf Gyrocopters getting ready to anchor down on this point here. The Ogres feigned as if they were going to do a bit of a big charge here, but it turns out they did not. So the Ogre Bulls pulling back here. Looks like they're maybe going to be concaving towards this point now. And are we going to be seeing the Giant Slayers get committed? Probably soon. 1 Noblar unit broken. You know, not terrible at all. Ulthar's Raiders moving up to get a little bit of focus fire, as now the Ogre Bull's going to be engaging, and if the Giant Slayers get their clutches on them, that's going to feel pretty bad. Those Giant Slayers are going to massacre these Ogre Bulls. That's going to be a ton of anti-large damage. You just got to make sure Giant Slayers don't get caught up fighting like Noblars and chaff units. Cannons from the Dwarves doing okay damage. We do see the cannon lining up downtown and shooting at the Leadbelchers through the trees, which I guess will eventually make contact. But here we do see Ogre Bulls getting pounded a little bit, Hlydden pulling up on value. But we saw that last game as well. You think you're safe against the Ogres, and then they scrap their way back in. Ooh, an opportune target here. Ulthar's Raiders could move in and probably get a huge amount of damage on those Ogre Bull Man-Eaters. We're going to have to see if he does react there, but the Dwarvish Death Star is fighting, and there's a lot of healing, but the Slayers here are starting to get worn down. Noblars are shaken. I'm surprised they're not broken yet. Felix a little bit isolated. You got to make sure you don't lose old Felix Jaeger here. So we do see Slayers from the Dwarves moving over, and more Dwarf Warriors coming here. Ogres preparing a bit of a split push, maybe. We see Ogre Bull, Dual Weapons, and Iron Guts maybe going to push the Dwarf home objective, so we'll see how on top of that Hlydden is. Hlydden, in the meantime, probably wants to park his Dragonback Slayers here for as long as possible. And now the Ogres have really poured it on. They're going to be coming in aggressive, and oh no, really unfortunate engagement here for the Dowie. as the Ulthar's Raiders do get spotted and killed. They didn't get the protection, and the Ogre Man-Eaters with the big Troll Guts are going to be tearing them apart in combat. So this is where it gets nasty, but we do see the double Gyrocopters flying over the head here of the Leadbelchers. Might be able to pick them off. We get plenty of Dwarven Miners and the character squad fighting well, but are the characters going to be enough to get it done? Slayer's moving across, but really good play by Tim. He's got his Noblar Trappers throwing into those Slayers. Meanwhile, the Gyrocopters try and take down the Leadbelchers, and the Dragonback Slayers are going to need to reinforce the home point here pretty quickly, because otherwise that one's going to go. You can't afford to lose and let the Ogres triple cap you in the situation, you know, while the game is still close here. But Ulthar's Raiders are down for the count, absolutely smashed by those Man-Eater pistols. Here we get more Slayers on their way up, but the Noblars stand ready to intercept them with their dreaded 20. Why do Noblars have so much melee defense? Pretty crazy at 26. But they're hanging in there, man, and the Ogres are just crushing these low-tier Dwarf infantry. I mean, there are some Giant Slayers still in the mix, but they're being really peppered. And now the Ogres are probably going to get the backfield objective because Slidden did not send any Slayers over there to defend it. The Slayers would have normally torn them apart, but in this case, a little bit messy. Now, Ogres do dive the cannon. Slidden does call in a Thunderer, which is able to punish those Ogre Bulls, but man, this grind's going to be ugly here. The Slayers need to find some good engagements and avoid all those Noblar Trappers. Noblar Trappers are still such an insanely good unit for what they do. And in this case, yeah, they're just gonna be capping all day. We're gonna start seeing some Saber-Tusk packs moving into the backfield to go after the cannons, and yeah, man, it's looking pretty brutal. I don't see how the Dwarves pull this one back. It's looking like the Ogres are just gonna triple cap them and just win on points. Dwarves are pretty terrible at capturing objectives, so they're just gonna fold up here. Sending the Slayers away from Objective 3 was a colossal mistake. Granted, I guess the Dwarves are just gonna be trying to win this home field engagement. Noblar Trappers with their Ninja Stars throwing and causing some damage. Gotrek and Felix, I mean, they're grinding okay. You can see the capture weight started to flip there for a second. And the Ogre's value isn't like the worst thing in the world, but this triple cap is ugly, and Iron Guts just absolutely destroy these units. The Dwarves need some Slayers to get to this point quickly. They would probably still even lose in a 3v1 here, but at least they're going to be trading, so. At least they're going to be trading, and hey, you know what's good about today's tournament, guys? It reinforces my decision to ban Ogres in single faction tournaments, because if you can't counterpick them based on the map, and you're forced to play them on a random map with, you know, a faction that you can't choose against them, I just feel like they're too strong. Yeah, sure, they came close to losing games, but the games that I saw with them, I saw, you know, people playing well against the Ogres, but still losing just because of how oppressive their units are, so. Yeah, Dwarves still grinding here. We do see this one starting to flip, and Ogres are going to maintain the capture weight there. Tim is just going to be sending in more units. Will the Dwarves find a way to wrestle this one back? Maybe. Yeah, sure. But it's going to take them a long time to get objective number 3 back here. And, yep, we do see Thunder shooting across at the Saber-Tusk packs, which are going to be screaming down and under on those cannons. And the old Ogre Bulls with dual weapons are now moving across here. Dwarves can actually beat Ogres on a small map, but on a big map like this, it feels extremely difficult. Like, it's maps like that, they definitely can. So fighting away on the point is the Hero Squad. The Hero Hammer continues. Slayers, of course, trading reasonably well, and Flynn is keeping the value kind of close. On this point, we do see Slayers wrestling for that. If the Dwarves were able to wrestle this back, that would be insane, but I just don't see it happening. Tim is just swarming all over the battlefield with ample unsummons. Dwarves are running out of infantry up on this point. Granted, Gotrek and Felix are providing you with some good capture weight here, but now we get some Ogre Bulls moving across. So here they come, and those bad boys are going to be causing huge, huge issues. They're going to be getting the old cap weight. Iron Guts forced back here by Flidden. Very impressive stuff. The home objective has been resecured, but the Ogres have passed them in points. Also, the cannon in the backfield is going to be falling to these Saber-Tusk packs. So far, Tim with some very nice picks in the backfield, and is going to be reinforcing this point with Noblar Trappers and Ogre Bulls. Man-Eater pistols are still also lurking in the shadows. So the Dwarves are not going to be able to get this. They're not going to be able to get this point. There's no way in hell. I mean, they have a couple Slayers left in Gotrek and Felix, who of course are fighting well, but that's only 9 capture weight. 2 Ogre Bulls can outcap those guys and just basically run circles around them and prevent that. Home objective for the Dwarves is being recaptured, but will it be threatened once again? It looks like it. The Iron Gut's going to come in and just absolutely crush these guys. It's going to be an extremely one-sided fight. And do the Dwarves have any reinforcements? Thunderers are nearby. So if the Thunderers can react quick enough, but these damn Saber-Tusk packs, man, they're doing work. They killed the cannon crew, and they really fight to the bitter end there. So Dwarves lose the cap weight right there, and on the other side, we do see the Dwarves being folded like a piece of paper, holding a decent value. This is basically a repeat of my first game. I played Tim in game 1. I was up pretty consistently in value, but I just couldn't play the objectives. It's really, really tough. That's the thing. It's their cap weight, their pressure on the points. It's very disgusting. Ogre Bulls with Iron Fists on the way over, and Slayers are now hustling from the back. And more Slayers hustling here. And yeah, there are waves and waves of Slayers, but the points are starting to creep away. And if they get to triple cap territory, guys, there's no way in hell the dwarves are going to be able to do that. If the dwarves can maintain and like have a situation where, okay, I can win the game on on one objective and just anchor down maybe, but yeah, like having to get triple cap the ogres as dwarves, it's basically impossible. So Slayer's running up, and we do have some more miners with blasting charges coming in. Granted, they're not going to be super good here. Ogre Bulls with Iron Fist with their shields do intercept these dwarf warriors and these thunders and give them the dirty. And yeah, man, that's GG. You know, I hesitate to call games early, but you know, I've been playing this long enough that it ain't my first rodeo. The ogres are going to win this game, and yeah, it's just nothing the dwarves can do here. Absolutely nothing. But to be completely fair, this dwarf build wasn't super optimal. It wasn't like the super meta dwarf build. It was very different. It still put up a good fight in terms of value trading, but it was a build that was would be better on a smaller map. Here it was too big, and those three characters can't really turn the tide against a very mobile faction like that. So here we see the Iron Guts getting crushing those miners with blasting charges. More dwarves on the way in. In the backfield, dwarves are going to lose this position also, and a little bit of cap weight here. But Tim is too good of a player. He's just going to be able to sit on the edges of these points and just cackle all the way to the bank. So, yeah, I think you could. I think this game, you could have had Hlidden be possessed by the spirits of Falcon and all the other greats. You know, Houseplant, whatever. You know, all the top dogs of the days of old and days of current. And I don't think the dwarf build could have won this. I just think it was straight up not possible. Maybe a standard dwarf build could have won on here, like Mass Dwarf Warrior with Quarrelers and Slayers, like a wide army with Thoric. I think so. Would have a chance, but overall, this is not the way. It was a good attempt, though. It did maintain value, and we do see the objective starting to flip here for the dwarves, as a couple of Slayers do arrive on the point, and they're going to flip that one back. But the problem is ogres win on one objective now, so they can just cackle and hold back on objective one here, and they still even have the dwarves' home objective, which is very messy. Here comes some Ogre Bulls and Iron Guts and more Iron Guts, causing big havoc indeed. The cannon is back online. It looks like there are one cannon model still shooting there. And yeah, they're going to fold them up. Dwarves might be able to get a double cap here, but you can see the dreams of the Dowie are just crushed once again as the Slayers just get dragged down by a massive ogres and different units here. So yeah, man, that's some serious stuff. That is some serious stuff indeed. Ogres grinding it out. Scrap launcher still going at like 1% back here. It's got about 800 value, which is pretty good for it. And we do see the dwarf warriors pushing back the ogres. But the Iron Guts are probably going to solo a lot of these. Although there are some Thunders back here. Thunders can definitely kill Iron Guts. Gotrek and Felix, I didn't hate that idea. I think on like a Gates of Ekron type map this could work, where you're just like pushing a lane. But here it seems tough. It seems tough. So 1,300 points. Hlidden doesn't know it's over. The fighting spirit of the Polish fights on. As the old Slayers continue moving up, miners and blasting charges on the other side. And maybe, just maybe, the dwarves can rally this. You know, if the dwarves had held on to their back objective by keeping the Dragonback Slayers there and never lost it in the first place, I can see maybe a glimmer of hope. But yeah, that's what needs to be going down here. So GG, well played. That's going to be a victory for Tim the Wilder. He's showing us why the ogres need to be banned in SFTs. They are just so strong. In the hands of top-tier players like him, here's the thing. Tim is winning SFTs with non-ogres, too. He won the last one with, I think, Lizardmen. And he's got to the finals with other, mid-tier factions as well. Tim is a top-tier player, one of the best in the world. But when you put him on ogres, it becomes unholy. Yeah, crazy stuff. All right, guys. GG, well played. Couple points left. The Dowie going to get a consolation prize in the fourth quarter of grabbing their home objective. So you know what? They'll at least have that under their belt. And Tim is going to be winning. GG, well played. Congrats to Tim for winning tonight's SFT. And let's take a look at the breakdown, ladies and gentlemen. You have to think, yeah, I don't know, man. That's crazy good. Crazy good. What did well in his army? Yeah, it's just kind of 1,700 here. It's basically just the bull units. Just performing consistently, and Nobbler Trappers, like 700, 500 value. It's pretty insane how much value Trappers get. Yeah, obviously Iron Guts did fine. I did like the character squad, but you can see like the combined value of these three characters was like barely over 1,000. It's like 1,500. So the character squad was not the way. It really wasn't. It really wasn't. All right, guys, GG, well played. And it looks like for the next single faction tournament, I'm going to be playing Warriors of Chaos, which will be really, really fun. So stay tuned for that. That is going to be a party. Shout out to Tim for, showing us what's up, showing us what the power is. And thank you guys for voting tonight on the poll. We'll play Warriors of Chaos next time, and we'll give our opponents a challenge. Thank you to those of you who donated, and to our new channel member. Welcome to the Dukes. The last thing, on the way out, please do drop a like. It helps out quite a bit. It helps me decide what content you guys want to see, like what kind of streams and battles and all that sort of good stuff. So GG guys, take care of yourselves. That's going to be it. And I'm going to go hang out with my smoking hot wife. Congrats to Tim. Adios, my friends.